Hello and welcome to the RPG Rundown Actual Play. This is the sessions where we're going to be reviewing a different TTRPG each month that is not your friendly 5e system. So, for this week and this month, we've got Dragonbane, which I have been excited to play and backed it when it came out because I really like Free League Publishing. They are the ones who put it out, and this is a update of a very old RPG from Sweden, Norway, from the 70s and 80s. So we're getting ready to get started. I've got my party queued up. But first, just kind of wanted to show you guys what was in the box, because what's really awesome is that everything you need for this game is in this box. There is not actually any other rule books or player guides or anything like that. It comes with the rule book, the adventure module, and then it comes with some adventure cards and treasure cards, which are fantastic. They kind of lend an element of randomness to where your party might go. You can use those that way. Comes with some dice. Got a couple D20 in there as well. This is a D20 system. However, it is a roll under system, which means that instead of trying to roll over the DC or difficulty, you're going to try to roll under. So we're all going to be confused with it to start with, but that's okay. Game box also comes with everything else you need to play. It comes with some awesome maps. It comes with a double-sided map that is just straight grass on one side and then stone on the other side. It comes with a solo campaign, which is pretty awesome. It comes with all of the, or it comes with a bunch of token cutouts, which are pretty nice in the art style that they have here. And then it comes with some blank character sheets as well as some pre-generated characters. So we've got a mallard character, which is one of the custom races in Dragonbane, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, just wanted to kind of show off what was in the box. And then we're going to switch over now to get started with our lovely batch of volunteers. So all right. So we have some fantastic players queued up. You can see them on the screen if you are checking it out now. But this is the RPG Rundown Actual Play. And we have my wonderful co-host for the normal podcast, Jeff.
Hey, how's it going?
We've got, and then we've got a mixed group from both of our normal campaigns. So I'm going to let everyone else go around and introduce themselves. Austin, why don't you start?
Oh, hello. I'm Austin. Glad to be here. I've been in one of two of Seth's campaigns now.
Yeah, I think so.
Met Dr. Heels through the first campaign.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Then we've got Ian.
Yeah, I'm Ian. Play lots of D&D with Dr. Heels whenever he plays, which is rarely. So it's fun, though.
It's not that rare.
Yeah,
we're excited.
Absolutely.
Excited to be here. Go Cats.
And then we've got Spurg.
Yep, I'm. You can call me Steve. Yeah, I've been playing with Heels for.
No idea your name was Steve. Zero idea that your name was Steve until just now.
Yeah, I guess I go by Spurg a lot online.
Yeah,
it's okay. And then last but certainly not least,
Yeah, the worst for last. I'm Solus, and I'm currently in Seth's Hearth and Hammer, and with Austin as well, unfortunately. So, looking forward to tonight.
Awesome. Yes, and again, if you did not know, my name is Seth, also White Fox SG, and I'm going to be DMing tonight's actual play review of Dragonbane. So we are getting things together, and so we're going to kind of have a little bit of conversation here as far as some questions that the players may have, because again, we're all learning this system, and so some of us have some questions, maybe have a few extra things to finish up for characters, and then we'll dive into our adventure. One of the things that I like about this system when looking at it is that they have made it fairly simple to navigate this. Not just the rule book, but also like creating a character, what to do in the adventure. How about you guys? How have you found the character creation system?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really liked it. I like the unique races that are in it and the way that they just kind of plug into the world itself. But I know we were kind of talking about the character creator and stuff, and we've all built different characters here too, so it'll be an interesting, well-rounded group. Um, I went with a hunter, which was pretty straightforward, and there's nice gear sets that actually kind of develop how your character plays too, which is very interesting. I think each class has 3 different gear sets. Those gear sets dictate, like mine is a longbow hunter, but there are hunters that have short bows, and there's a hunter that, well, I forget what the other one had, but it had something different.
Hit other stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I think straight out of the box, most of it is pretty straightforward. I think for me, I got hung up on the I guess like the modifier per skill. We had a really great conversation prior to recording, but it is a little. It was a little bit challenging if you've only played D&D and you know those modifiers and how you generate those. It is completely different in this one. So you have to have the table in front of you. You have to double it if it's something that you're strong in. So it's just an interesting twist.
Yeah, so to get to that, to your skills, if when you roll your dice, so traditional, you roll 4d6, take the 3 highest ones, and then you assign those to your different skills, and then your different attributes, and then based on what that is, you'll take that attribute score for. Let me pull up my own character sheet here. So let's say like I have a 16 in agility, and I'm looking at something like acrobatics, and so because I have a 16, that means that in agility I'm going to get the highest base chance, which is a 7. Now, if I'm also proficient in that, then I'm just going to double that base chance. But you go down the whole list like that, and you have to have the kind of the little chart in front of you. But I actually just grabbed a picture of it on my phone while I went and wrote all mine down. But it does come out a little bit different. But once you've done a few of them, it's pretty easy.
What page is that chart on, just so that I can follow along?
25 on the actual page. If you have the PDF open, it's 27.
Yes. Yeah, and so it's pretty interesting too. Movement is a lot different as well. I don't if you have not or don't remember that. It's also on that page 25 or 27 in the PDF, and so movement it's not like 30, feet like 5e. So
Yeah.
So
I'm playing.
It's measured in meters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, is it in meters? Is that why?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
It is in meters. That makes more sense. So it is almost 30 feet.
It is
in meters.
European.
Right.
It is a European publishing company. So
that makes more sense.
yeah, right.
So I'm playing a mage, and what's different, way different, is this game. Now, once we get playing, I don't know, but it's definitely a lot more lower magic than a lot of D&D stuff is. Like, there's only one magic
class.
They
call them professions in Dragonbane.
Professions,
yes.
yeah. Now it also gets to kind of split into 3 separate kind of subclasses based off of how you want to play. But yeah, that's it. I mean, just the one. So if you want to be a magic user, welcome to the one party that you can
Yeah.
go to.
Absolutely.
Something else I thought's really cool is the ability to use reactions. And so in this, to see if you're going to hit. So this is where it gets a little weird. When you're rolling a d20, you're not going for the highest number. You're going for the lowest. Basically, you're rolling against your own ability. So say I'm firing a longbow, and my skill in longbow is a 14. I'm trying to roll under a 14, and that's going to tell me if I hit or miss. Now, if I hit, there's the option for someone to basically burn their action to dodge or to parry. And there's different ways that your reactions come into combat and actually get used, because a lot of times it feels like in 5e you either like hit someone when they try to run away or you never use a reaction. So I like that mechanic too, and it gives a little bit of makes you think a little bit. Like if you use your reaction at this point, you're not going to get an action during your turn, or if you take an action during your turn, you're not going to get a chance to dodge or parry as a reaction. So some cool combat mechanics that I think is going to be fun to play with.
Yeah, the mechanics are definitely a little different, but
Yeah.
they're interesting. I think the way they play out. So
Absolutely, and they. I've heard it said in other areas like this is kind of a 5e light system, because I mean the low magic is definitely one thing where everyone here. The only person here that has magic is going to be the mage, so. But I think it's going to be fun. Also, too, one of the differences is in how you roll the dice. Not how per se, but there's kind of a couple different mechanics that you can add to rolling the dice. So, rolling a 1, because this is a roll under, rolling a 1 is actually the critical success, and it's called rolling a dragon. And then rolling a 20 is a critical failure, and it's called rolling a demon. So, demons and dragons. So there's kind of the reverse success, that we're going for. But at the same time, so like if you roll, like in the rules here, it says if you roll a demon, if you roll a critical failure, it means that the roll fails regardless of your skill level. In other circumstances, rolling a demon also means that the roll cannot be pushed, which is a mechanic that Free League uses in the Mutant Year Zero engine, which is like Tales from the Loop and Forbidden Lands and others. But then basically you can push a roll, meaning you can take. It's almost like getting a second roll, but at disadvantage. So.
Yeah.
I'm really glad you're deeming this because I have anxiety right now.
No, that's okay.
So on
have
a
to do
push
what?
roll too, there's also a negative consequence. Is you will, I forget what they
Yes.
call it, but you will take almost what we would call exhaustion, but there's an equivalent to exhaustion for every single attribute.
Well, you know
Right,
what? I can just read it real quick.
Yeah.
If you fail a skill or an attribute roll, you can choose to push the roll, which means that you make another attempt. The new result applies, whatever it is. If you have boons or banes, you must reroll all dice. So if you boon is advantage, bane is disadvantage. So basically, if you want to push a roll that you had advantage on, you get to roll it with advantage again. But there's a little bit of negative consequences. You can never push a demon roll. So critical failure of a 20, you can't push it. Whenever you push a roll immediately after the reroll, you suffer a condition. These conditions are the ones that are the little conditions underneath your attributes. So that's why there's those little kind of check boxes under your attributes on the character sheet. Exhausted is a strength condition. And because basically whichever attribute the roll was being rolled under determines which condition you get. So if you're trying a strength check, you get exhausted. If it's a con check, it's sickly, agility is dazed, intellect is angry, willpower is scared, and charisma is disheartened. You decide which condition you get from pushing a roll with 2 important restrictions. You cannot choose a condition you already have, and you must be able to explain how the condition resulted from the action you are trying to perform. The GM has the right to reject it, or clearly unreasonable explanations. Once you have all 6 conditions, you may no longer push any rolls. So I guess you can choose it. You just don't. You have to be able to explain why.
Right.
In addition to their effects, conditions provide inspiration for role playing. So you can recover from a condition by resting. For more on resting and healing, blah blah blah. Only the player characters can push the rolls. So I as the GM can't push rolls for NPCs or monsters. So you have
you
that
just
advantage.
lie. You can just lie anyway.
I
so.
mean, I could, but I will not.
Okay.
Also, there are things called heroic abilities. Does somebody find anything about that they really like or want to mention theirs?
Did they exist?
Yeah,
They
I mean,
do
honestly,
exist.
they're. Let me go down to them. I know which one I have, but the heroic abilities I thought were all really cool. I mean, obviously there were the ones that provide just, I don't know, just basic bonuses and things to the game, but there are some that actually have a lot of cool like role play elements and stuff to them too.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're kind of feet adjacent.
They are.
Yeah,
They are
for sure.
absolutely.
So
Like
socks. They're like socks, kind of.
they are
Yeah,
socks.
yeah,
Yes.
definitely. Which I'm really hoping anyone watching this is familiar with D&D because we're comparing everything to 5e.
No, that's true.
It's like Advantage. People are like, I have no idea what that is.
It is what
yeah.
we 6 people all play the most. So
Yes, it is. And so it's so easy to compare to, and it is. I mean, it is the biggest TTRPG, and most people are going to have some experience in it.
advantage or a boon in this game means that you roll 2 dice and you take the more favorable roll. So in this one, you're actually going to take the lower for a bane or for a boon, and then but in D&D you take the higher, and then a bane is a negative, so you would take the higher roll in this one.
You also
So-
don't start out as a as a mage. You don't get a heroic feat or a heroic
Because you
ability.
have magic, exactly.
Because you get magic.
But
Yeah,
you
so
can
don't
get them
the
later.
You're
heroic.
Magic Man.
so-
What more do you want?
I'm just saying. I'm just letting people know.
No, it's a good distinction. I appreciate
It's
that.
not
Yeah.
my fault. I have a feet fetish. It's okay.
Okay, a few
Feet.
things.
F-E-A-T.
F-E-A-T, yes. All right, so we're gonna probably get started with our little adventure here. But is there any questions you guys had before we get started?
I got questions because I was trying to quickly build this character, and this might help with this. I missed the part where I identified how many hit points I have. So how do you identify the hit points that you have,
That's a good question.
as well as the willpower points?
Yeah, I don't know either.
I
Oh, your
believe
Constitution.
those are equal to your Constitution and
And your willpower.
Yes,
Yeah,
and your
you're-
willpower is
Yes.
your willpower is from your willpower. And I'll be honest, I did not have the hit point thing either, so I'm glad you brought that back up. Or I'm just like, I have
So do I just-
0.
So I
page
add those
25
together?
as well.
No. Your hit points is just your Constitution.
It's on
whatever that
page.
number
It's
is.
actually on page
Straight Constitution?
25
Okay.
as well. So
Everything
There's a lot of
everything
good
I need
stuff
is
on
on page
25.
25.
yeah,
Yeah.
hit points. So in this also the
So
the willpower points is also another big distinction. So because you will
R-
spend them to use abilities.
Equal
Everyone.
to your con.
Everyone
can
will spend them to use
increase-
abilities.
not just magic users.
Yes.
Oh boy. So if my con is 9,
Your
that
hit
is my
points are
health.
9.
Your hit points are 9. We are so dead.
Hope you got some good armor, buddy.
Don't
He's a
have any
scholar,
health.
so
so no,
dead.
he doesn't.
Or good evasion skill.
And willpower.
Yeah, you can
is-
evade. You can evade stuff and not get hit. But
And
And
so
also
here,
not attack.
so
Not gonna lie,
I'm gonna
sacrifice to Constitution.
I'm gonna tell you all something else as well. In this game, opposing NPCs or monsters, don't miss.
Yeah. Monsters, monsters don't.
Right,
NPCs
right.
do though, right?
Let me
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, like we fight goblins, they can still miss, but monsters just straight.
Goblins are
Kill you.
garbage, man.
Trash.
Sorry, I'm sorry for
Trash.
any goblinoids out there watching.
Wow, bro. Wow, man. We're about goblin rights around here, all right?
I doubt we have people from Portland that are on, but you never know.
Oh god.
Okay, let's see. There's several things, again, movement, actions. Free actions are drawing a weapon, drawing, exchanging, or putting a weapon away. Change position, throw yourself to the ground or get up is a free action.
Really?
Drop an item is a free action, and shout, say a few words are free actions.
The going prone and getting up is interesting because that's usually
Right.
like half your movement speed.
Right,
D&D.
but it's not here. So,
Wow. Does it still cause like a disadvantage if you're prone? Because that might be like a strategy.
Can parry while you're prone. I think I read that somewhere.
let's see.
If that's the case, after every move, I'm
Everyone
going
just goes
prone.
prone.
Right?
Yes.
We all just crawl around the battlefield.
Yeah. If it causes disadvantage.
I'm not sure on the prone part.
It's a brilliant question, right? Man.
I guess we're so used to prone
That's
being
my
just
real-
disadvantaged from
Right.
5e, but yeah, I think it's completely different because it's just a free action to get up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's more
Mhm.
cosmetic than it is strategy.
But as far as actions go, there's dash, melee attack, ranged attack, parry, which
Sorry, what'd you
is
say? What was that?
Yep,
For
What was that first attack?
ranged, dash,
No, the other one.
Yep.
What was it?
parry, dodge, pick up item,
Sorry.
equip, unequip armor, helmet, first aid. So the healing skill uses you can use first aid. So as a non-magic user, there is healing. It's just you can rally, which is you can persuade another player character at 0 hit points to rally and keep fighting, which is pretty awesome. So as soon as Austin's Scholar goes down, someone can rally him and try to get him back up.
With 0 hit points.
What's
Yeah.
sad is his scholar has more hit points than my hunter.
Did you guys all
if you
just
need to
dump
adjust, apparently
No,
they did.
I am terrible. Anytime you have to roll stats, my dice just forget what they're supposed to do. Okay,
I have a
I had
minus
very little
2
to choose
con.
from.
-2 to con because I'm an old man.
Yeah.
So I
Age
put a lot of
age
effort
also
into it.
makes a difference
Mhm.
here in this
It
game
does,
too.
yeah. Age does, make
Which
a
is really
difference, not just
cool.
Flavor.
Because if you're young, then you get a boost to like physical attributes, but if you're old, you get a negative to physical attributes, but you get a bonus to like mental and intelligence, stuff like that.
But was
Skills.
that
You also get more skills
Yes.
to kind
but
of share your experience.
age is not like so for the record, this is page 24. Age is not like a number. Age is actually a descriptor. So
Right.
like you could be 100 years old as an elf, but still just be an adult. There's not like an actual number to it. I thought that was interesting. You're either
Yeah,
young,
yeah, very
adult, or old.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
interesting.
Break down a door, pick a lock, use an item, activate an ability. So this is where your character abilities are used. It's an action to use an ability or a heroic action. Cast a spell is also an ability. Helping, you can use an action to help another player to give them a boon. So here's the thing. You can spend an action rather than maybe attacking to try to help someone else and give them advantage, a boon. So
Right.
But you can also rest and recover D6 willpower points as an action. So it would be kind of to the equivalent of like maybe in combat hiding behind a rock, getting your bearings and planning out your next move, kind of regaining those willpower points. At least that's how I see it. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're just gonna jump in because at this point, this whole thing's gonna be a learning experience, and we're so
It
thankful that
is.
you're here to learn with us.
Yeah, it's part of the fun of it,
So,
right? Playing a new
absolutely.
game. What's it look like to learn it?
So. Okay. So.
Is there a page number for the actions? Sorry.
Yes.
I just want to like take a picture of it so I have it.
So combat and damage is page 41, and actions are the next page.
Okay, they're there.
So, which would be 42. But that has like actions, then it has melee combat, ranged combat, damage and conditions, healing, resting, other hazards. Basically, I would have 42 pulled up, or 41.
Mhm.
So, okay.
I have my magic pulled up too, though.
Yes, do that too.
Have it all pulled up.
I'll just jump back and forth. It's a PDF, so it's whatever.
Okay, so I'm going to read two things first. The first one I'm going to read is to give you the setting of the world. This is what's in the beginning of the rule book, and it's an excerpt called "The Oldest Times," or "In the Oldest Times." And this is kind of how we understand the world of Dragonbane. It was in the oldest times, before the world was covered in forest and iron, was tamed by dwarven masters, before the advent of humanity and the mastery of the bread and ale-making arts. The world was then ruled by dragons and demons. Yes, draconic serpents and demonic creatures were the princes and princesses of the oldest times. They were the primordial forces through which the world in its primeval matter was formed. The sky, the mountains, and the fiery oceans of magma and unthinking life. They were opposing principles that made the world complete. Law and order versus chaos and madness. The stable and fixed versus the wild and eternally fluid. Dragons versus demons. The most ancient records tell of a draconic empire that once spanned much of the known world, where the emperor's peace was upheld by cruel dragon-mounted knights. But the texts also contain traces of another great power from a different age, governed by demon princes who shrouded the world in madness and savage rage. Remnants of these realms still rest in the earth beneath our feet. In the depths of the great forests and the chasms of the mountains slumber memories from ancient eras when vicious beasts reigned. The hostility between dragons and demons has brought death and ruin upon their ancient civilizations. It seems almost like a fundamental law of nature that anything created by dragons alone is corrupted by demons, and that anything born of demonic will is burned to ashes by dragonfire. However, this basic and incontrovertible truth also gives cause for hope, for it has created the conditions for other nations, where humans and other races have been able to flourish and go their own way. But the ancient guardians of order and destruction will never leave the world to its fate. As sure as night follows day, the time will come again when dragons and demons contend for power over humanity, nature, and the eternal mysteries. So that is the setting of Dragonbane. I find that pretty fascinating. I like the kind of alternate, a little bit different take on the world that this game is set in. So, very cool. I like it. All right. Now, for that, I'm going to read. We're going to get into our adventure. As soon as I clear these dice out. Got to use the Dragonbane dice, so.
When in Rome.
That's right.
Absolutely.
They have really cool symbols on the 1 and the 20, which is pretty awesome. So and which
If it's already hard enough to know like a 1 is good and a 20 is bad.
it is, it's true. So I don't know if you can see it
I
very
guess
well.
a 20 would be a demon and a 1 would be a dragon.
Okay.
Yes. So and it actually has a 1 between 2 wings there. So
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
yeah, it's kind of hard to see there.
That is
Sorry.
cool.
There we go.
Yeah. No, I mean
And
I
then-
can see it.
And then on the 20, there's actually a 20 that looks like curved horns on a demon.
Oh,
So-
that's cool.
yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, that's cool.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway,
Very
Yeah. So if any of you guys
cool,
are
yeah.
using my Dr. Hill's the Hillbilly dice, if you see Healy today, he's actually bad. He's the
Healy's
demon
bad.
that haunts you.
Yep.
Really
Just
bad.
so you know.
Okay. So we're going to get started. First, also actually, let me send you a link. Okay. Send you a link so you can look at the map while we do this.
I didn't know if we were like actually playing in a system or if we were just
We are going to
using our brain.
well, brain for the most part, but I've got Owlbear set up with a few things. So let me send it over.
I needed another digital tabletop to look at.
This one's fantastic. So
Or
you'll
virtual
it'll be good.
tabletop, sorry.
Albert is very good. I agree.
Okay, so this is in the tabletop games chat. FYI. There's a link to it right there.
Ba-doop.
One,
It's
two,
a
three.
map.
I think we need
Except
one
in
more.
this one, the water is actually lava.
Mm.
Because everything's
And-
reversed.
Yeah.
'Cause
Everything's reversed.
The mountains go down.
Yeah. Those are valleys.
Those are actually valleys. Is everybody in?
Dogs and cats living together. I'm in.
I'm in.
There we go. Old Gus finally got in.
Old Gus.
Okay. All right. So, here we go. Gotta make sure I'm reading the right thing to you all. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So, as a party, you all are traveling into the Misty Vale. The Misty Vale is this large area that has been kind of blocked off for a long time. And you all, along with others, have been wandering into it for adventure and other reasons. So, okay. So you all find yourselves currently on the Drakmar Pass, coming into the Misty Vale for the first time, traveling on the road. The ancient and narrow pass runs through the mountains like an axe gash. Steep, moss-covered slopes rise to the snow-laden peaks that can occasionally be glimpsed through the veil of cloud. Somewhere ahead lies the Misty Vale, the legendary place where the empires of old stored their wealth and magical artifacts. It is the rumor of these treasures that has brought you here, the vast riches and arcane secrets hidden among the ruins on the other side of the mountains. And you are not the first to be allured by such temptations. Since the orcs started leaving the area about a decade ago, a growing stream of settlers and adventurers have made their way to the Misty Vale. But you know the way is treacherous and fraught with peril. The old imperial roads have crumbled, and the mountains are teeming with danger. The Drakmar Pass, where you now find yourself, is particularly infamous. The dwarves of the Kumar Mountains have warned that the humans' return has attracted brigands and ravenous beasts to the area. Your fears come true when you suddenly hear a disconcerting whimper. You see a figure lying in the middle of the rocky trail, only 20 or so meters ahead of you. The figure is wearing a simple gray robe and clutching a dark bundle to his chest. As the whimper turns into rattling wheeze, you realize the person is gravely wounded. So, that is where you find yourself. And you should see a scene before you there.
Indeed. So I'm gonna miss this. Are we already a party? Like, are we already?
You are already basically traveling together, yes. So,
That was going to be my question. Seems like we've been traveling together for a while.
yes, you have been traveling together. And you are in the Drakmar Pass. So, you, again, as the description just read, you see someone lying on the ground ahead of you. What do you all do?
How far ahead of us where are we at here?
It's about 20 meters. I would say you're going from bottom to top. So you are going to be, let's see.
Started from the bottom.
Now we're here.
No, yeah. What's the scale of these grids here?
So they are, I believe that it is, let me see.
1 meter
From
each.
what I
Right?
remember, I thought it was 2. That they explained it as 2
I
meters.
think like you've got a reach of 2 meters on a melee weapon, and it says that's the grid.
Yes,
next to you.
yes.
Okay.
So-
Meters.
So 6 feet-ish instead of 5. So,
Makes sense.
I can give you all some. Let's see. We have a knight, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay. We have a mage.
Put my name on.
We have. We're going to use this for the scholar. We've got a rogue. And then who was our last one? Let's see.
I'm a hunter.
Thief.
Oh, hold on. No, we've got our. Oh no, we've already got our mage.
I don't think I heard
I say.
thief.
Sorry, thief, not rogue. My apologies.
So offensive. I can't.
I know.
believe You're just gonna
I
take
know.
that?
Yeah, dude, this is unacceptable.
Thieves everywhere are offended.
Yep. Thieves everywhere are offended. Okay, sorry. What are the professions we have again? We have knight, mage, scholar, thief,
Hunter.
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 Okay, that was the one I was missing.
And you can click on your person and click the pair of T's to put text under your character and put your name on him that way.
Absolutely. So, there you go. Okay. So, you all have some character tokens there. You're about 20 meters or so. So you're probably a little closer if you want to move yourself up. Or, you don't have to, use movement at this moment. We're just kind of playing Theater of the Mind with a map.
Oh, I
Yes.
thought. Oh,
Right now, we're just in RP mode, so.
you're the book. The scholar's the book, huh?
No, the scholar is the little.
Well, he's using
east-
the book. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
I was like, why does it
Well-
keep changing? It's him.
I can switch back.
No, you're
My
good.
bad.
I've already typed my name in on the other one, so
I can give you a like a mage hat if you'd like instead.
no, I'm good, man.
Okay.
I'm a mariner now, so it's all good.
All right. I like it. Okay. So yeah, you see him. You see, like I said, you see a body up ahead.
That's a body.
The body
Well,
is clicking on just if you haven't used Owlbear before, this is Owlbear Rodeo. If you look on the right hand menu, there's a little teardrop. It's called a pointer, and it just lets you click on the map to highlight.
You can also
something.
right click, and it'll do that without having to change selection.
Yes, good job, guys. Proud of you. You figured it out.
We're so good. Let's just do this for the next 30 minutes.
Yeah. So River immediately would point this out like no one else seen it. Friends ahead. Seems to be someone in trouble. And then he
What?
would blindly run in that direction.
What'd you say?
He said,
yeah, he needs help.
That
"Trouble
there's someone in
ahead."
trouble. This
Trouble
way.
ahead.
I met trouble. What?
No. Hurt.
Not
They're
that-
hurt.
This way, old Gus. Follow me.
Just someone grab
Ooh.
Gus.
Ooh.
As I'm running up, I'm going to be kind of looking up on the ridge to see if there is, if I can spot whatever has done this.
Okay. Absolutely. Give
This
me
person's hurt.
an awareness check, which is like perception.
The heck is awareness?
Awareness.
Also-
I fail. I don't know how I'm supposed to tell you that. My awareness is a 10. I rolled an 18, which normally would be good.
Are you
Okay.
skilled at awareness? I can do an
I am.
awareness check now that I'm up there.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
skilled.
Go for it.
And what is if I'm skilled in it, what does that mean? Explain that of like there's another page that says if you're skilled in that thing, you get a base chance. What is the base chance?
So your base chance is based off of your attribute. So if depending what your attribute is,
Intelligence.
that's that little map we were talking about. And if you're skilled in it, then you just double your base chance. So if your base chance was 5, it's doubled to 10.
So what's
Okay,
your
and
intelligence?
what page was that base chance? My intelligence is a 17.
So your base chance is a 7 for intelligence based.
Yep.
So
Stuff.
I
then if you-
double it.
And then you
No.
So you
double
double
if
it.
you're
So
So
14.
it's a 14. So if I roll below a 14,
you succeed.
You meet it,
I succeed.
you beat it. I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't know if that's true in this either.
It rhymes.
We're gonna play.
It rhymes, so it must be true.
That's logic.
So 14.
Mhm.
It ties. It gives to the roller.
Yeah, we'll
What?
go with that.
So the old man is well aware of. He's hurt.
Okay, so you
Yes,
were doing your
that's what I said,
awareness
Gus.
on the guy, or looking around, or just as long as you're doing it active, that's fine. Okay, so as you
Yes,
get
that.
closer,
Mhm.
you see that this person on the ground, he is pale and panic-stricken, has a panic-stricken face, and you notice that one of his legs is pierced by a thick black arrow. That's what you see at the moment.
Do I see a trail of anything? Like he was moved or he moved himself?
You don't see any kind of trail necessarily. The sandy floor of this pass has kind of eliminated any, like if maybe there was like blood from his wound or something. It hasn't quite. You don't see it. So, however, with old Gus, Austin, that's your character, correct? Okay.
Augustus von Bechtelsheim, but you can call me Gus.
Amazing. So old Gus is kind of been looking around.
He's got an old flimsy hat, like round-rimmed hat that is really old, so it like hangs down everything, and he's abnormally hairy, except for the fact that he's bald.
Sure. Actually, everyone go ahead and roll me an awareness check.
An awareness check.
Yeah, since everyone's kind of looking around.
I failed again.
So I rolled it.
River's just very intrigued.
Horace Humblefoot succeeds.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think I succeed. So if I rolled an 8, need an 8, that succeeds, right?
Yes,
Matches.
we're gonna go with that.
Okay.
Uh,
If it ties.
I guess a tie goes in favor of the
Yes.
roller. Okay.
Spurg.
Success.
Awesome. Okay. So then Heels is the only one that fails. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Some
Classic.
hunter he is.
Yeah. Knowing that the arrow's in, a River has pulled an arrow from his quiver, and he's like trying to get it knocked, and so he sees absolutely nothing.
Okay. Perfect. No big deal.
You shot him, River.
It wasn't me. That doesn't even look like my arrow, but I will take it.
Is this guy alive?
He is alive. Yes.
I'm gonna do a medicine check
Okay.
on him.
Yeah, I
As-
was gonna try
A
to stop
healing.
his bleeding.
Who
I'm gonna do a
has? Before we get any
healing
further,
check.
who has the highest charisma?
I hope I don't
10?
win the 9.
I have
12.
13.
12.
Well,
So it's 13.
13, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
go.
So suddenly this person sits up. He sits up straight and he looks you. What's your character's name again, Solus?
I
'Cause
go
we
by
actually didn't
Farrell.
say Farrell. Okay. He looks at you and says, "Quick!" Like again, he's like sweaty, he's pale, and he like reaches out and he shoves this bundle towards you, and hands
What is
it to you
this?
and says, "Quick, take it. Leonara will understand. Message from Master Weatherman. Must find all 4 pieces. The secret of the Dragon Ember." And then at that moment, you all hear a scuffling sound as all except for Heels' character, what's your character's name, Heels?
River.
All except for River notice this ahead of time, that there are goblins approaching. So
we're
this would be
In the valley or up on top of the mountains?
they are actually coming from hiding places here in the pass.
Okay.
So
Like-
in Dragonbane,
They're like Jawas.
they are
Yeah.
they are Jawas, exactly.
I feel like
Yes.
this is the opening to Star Wars. I mean,
This
come
is
on.
exactly what
It's pretty close, yeah.
Yes.
Let's see. I'm gonna open this just to show off.
As you're doing that, DM,
Yes,
point of order, can I the satchel that was thrown towards me, can I go ahead and grab it and secure
absolutely.
it? Or,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, he hands it to you basically.
Got it.
Okay, so there are in this game, it actually comes with initiative cards.
Nice.
I
Yeah,
was
which
reading
is
about that.
which is pretty nice.
Cool.
So,
Cool.
Unless you're playing online.
Yeah.
no,
Except for this instance.
except for in
Yes,
this
yes.
instance. No, what we're gonna do is I'm
They
gonna
don't have online in Europe, so they don't know how to do this.
I'm gonna shuffle them here really quick. We've got about 10 cards. So
Okay.
who wants to go first? I'll draw your
Austin
initiative.
will. Austin.
Draw on the card.
Okay.
Because I know how actions happen. In
Yeah. Hey, look at that. Number 1. You go first.
Numero uno.
Nice.
One
yeah,
is
so he's-
bad.
He's quick.
No, one is
Nope.
one is good. One is
No,
good.
one is
Yeah,
good.
wait.
Yeah.
One
It
is
says the number above decides the turn order. Draw a new initiative card each round. So we actually draw a card every round for this.
Yeah.
Solus,
Hey,
who's
for-
also a DM, is like, "Oh my gosh, what's
I
going
know.
on?"
For the viewers or the listeners, like, just bear with me here. I have only ever played D&D, and this is killing me. Like, it's gonna take me forever to get this down.
You're good.
All
You're
right.
good. Okay.
So,
Yeah, I'll go next.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So it says, since you were rolled a successful awareness check, draw the initiative. So all those who fail get the bottom cards. So
Okay.
Like the
Wait, so
bottom
that
of the deck.
was
I'm still knocking my arrow.
so it's kind of an initiative roll, huh? Okay, cool.
Just a deck of cards as opposed to a dice.
So you don't say roll for initiative.
you
Oh, yeah, it's
don't
draw for initiative.
Draw.
Draw for
Draw.
initiative.
If you
Yeah,
don't say
it's
roll
very-
for initiative, then how am I supposed to know that we're about to fight?
Draw for
well,
initiative.
I tell you.
Hmm.
Hold on a second. Let me see here real quick.
Get it? Draw for initiative. Yeah.
Yeah, draw.
Anybody? Dad
Mm-hmm.
jokes.
Wah, wah.
Well, how does one draw an initiative? And you need to get that before you can draw 4 of them.
That's true.
It's okay. You know what? Again, we're learning.
We are.
Some faster than the others.
Exactly.
I won't label who.
Right.
well,
We did say this was a play test. We are
That's
not
right. This is a
like
play test. This is a
skilled
play test.
players of the game. We are
We are
playing it as we play.
experiencing
That
whether or not
soulless
we're
guy freaking
learning.
sucks.
We'll
We're
see
not
if we
experienced.
learn.
We're experiencing. It's very different.
Yes.
Okay,
I do
so
have a quick
this is
question.
yeah, go for it.
I don't have anything down on my armor.
It would
what
have
is
come
a
with
base
your.
armor?
It would have come with your
gear.
initial inventory.
Yeah.
Your inventory kit.
I
Yeah.
think
It didn't
your
say
armor is more
armor.
of a
So you
damage
probably don't
reduction.
have any.
Then you don't have any. You
Yeah,
have to
you
role
don't.
play it. You have to go buy it.
I think I just had like simple clothes. What he's wearing.
Or just off yourself. You know.
Pretty much.
Whoa.
You're just not going to make
things,
it. Sorry,
Things
buddy.
like parry or evade are going to be important for
Well,
you.
there's that too.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, true. All armor
okay.
does in this game is soak the damage. It actually reduces how much damage you take. It doesn't control whether you get hit or not.
Correct. So
Which
this is
makes
for
much more
everyone's
sense.
information.
Yep.
Drawing the initiative. The 10 initiative cards in the box are numbered 1 to 10. Each player taking part in the conflict, voluntarily or otherwise, draws a random card at the beginning of each round, and the GM draws cards for NPCs. This is called drawing the initiative. The number on the card determines the order in which you get to act in that round. Number 1 acts first, number 2 acts second, and so on. Your place in the initiative order is called your turn. Place your initiative card by your character sheet so everyone can see the order in which each person acts. GM puts their card or cards in front of them. Initiative for NPCs. To make things simple, particularly in large battles, this isn't a large, but it's kind of, all NPCs in the group act on the same turn. So for this battle, all the goblins will be acting on the same turn. So.
And how's that different from D&D? Isn't D&D all like enemy roll at the same time?
Correct.
Yeah,
Only
it's
if
like-
you are treating
DMs
them
do it
as
different.
such,
Yeah.
and that is also the case.
Mhm.
So if you had a group of goblins, you could have them all go on the same turn order. If you are distinguishing them as characters, like this one has a crossbow, you could do them individually, kind of thing.
Yeah.
In the turn order. So, okay, so back to our adventure. Solus drew second, and he got 9. So, but that's okay because again, the who's next?
I'll go.
Go for it.
I'm last.
Me.
Still not as bad as Dr. Heels. So
Oh, sorry.
I'm
who
at the
said that?
end.
I'll take
Still
it.
don't know what's happening.
Who said they were going next?
Me,
Oh,
Ian,
Ian. Okay.
aka Horace Humblefoot.
Horace is going third this round. And then who is next? Spurg?
Then I will.
Steve, apparently.
Steve, you're going second. And then Heels. I'm assuming you're
Yes.
last.
I'm last.
Fourth.
4. Oh, okay.
And then the NPCs are
It's not
going
ninth.
seventh.
So I'm going after the guy that wasn't aware. That's awesome.
No,
Yeah.
so actually, so that's what I'm looking at here. So all those who fail get the bottom cards, counting from 10 up.
Oh, so he gets 10.
Oh, so I get 10.
So yeah, because this is an ambush situation.
Right, we're ambushing
Basically,
the
you go
goblins.
last. So
Mm-hmm.
We
yes,
clearly ambushed
the rest of you
goblins.
are ambushing the goblins. You saw them coming. So
River's looking at that arrow in his leg, and he's like, that's some craftsmanship right there.
Yeah, it is.
See how those feathers are on there?
How did you not know it was goblin made? Come on. As an
Okay.
aside, Dr. Hills, do you remember for like the 3 combat encounters that we used the timing method, and then we never talked about it again, like ever?
Yeah. Well, everyone I tried it on hated it.
Yeah, then we never talked about it again.
And the number one reason they hated it was because the enemies got to go in like a group, and that's such a common way to do initiative.
I know. It's so
And I'm like, that's not even the unique part of my system. Anyway, that's a different. Like that.
You
That's
should
Okay.
do a video. You should just do a video on your timing method.
Again, on your
Maybe some point.
turn, in a round, you can move and perform one action. So simply explain how you want to
Already
move
reacted.
and what action you want to perform. If necessary, you also roll dice to see whether you succeed. Obviously, there's actions. Some actions are not performed on your turn. These are reactions. But on the opponents, these are called reactions and include things like parry or dodging attacks. These use up your own. So this uses up your own turn in the round, which means that you cannot perform a reaction if you have already had your turn in the round and performed an action. So if you're going first and you want to be able to react with a parry or a dodge, then you would need to save your action. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then if you're playing at a table, it says flip your initiative card after performing a reaction. Like, it's kind of a, letting people know that you've used your turn up. So, okay. So, we have.
There's a joke in there about a turnip, the vegetable.
Yeah, probably. Okay, so old Gus is first. Gus, what would you like to do?
Horace said that he was going to try to heal the person before this all happened. Did that happen? Is this person healed?
He was going to do a medicine check.
I was going to do a medicine healing thing, but no, it hasn't been done yet.
So yeah, so for the moment, you have not been able to do that yet.
Okay. Then I will do an.
Sorry, do we see the goblins? Are they on here?
You have seen that
No,
you have not seen them on here, no. So here.
Oh, okay.
I was like, nah, I know they're coming. I don't see them. I am figuring out my action.
I know nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I know you guys found a guy, and I think I know that he handed you something, but that's about it.
I also think I'm pretty much useless because I have a staff and as a scholar, there's nothing else I can do in a fight.
Yeah. Holding your action's not a bad thing in this game, though.
As a scholar, you could try to educate the goblins.
I could.
Teach them.
There's a chance that I might speak Goblin. I didn't see the languages, but as a scholar, you can pursue languages. So.
Oh yeah, what languages do we speak? Was that on the thing?
I didn't see that on there, but
Does everybody speak the same language?
None of
Do
us
you
speak the
remember
same
it talking about languages? Don't remember what it says though.
Oh, everyone speaks common.
Mm-hmm.
Something about needing to make a language roll.
Okay.
Mm,
There's a languages skill, it appears.
Yeah.
From Europe, and everybody speaks the same language. Probably English.
All right. So here you are. You have reached the person. You have inspected him, and he has handed a bundle to. Gosh, Solus, what's your character's name again?
Feral.
Feral. He's handed a bundle that's wrapped in cloth to you. Okay.
I suppose I'd put Farrell right up next to the guy.
Yeah, where are you even at, Farrell?
I don't
Farrell's
even know
hanging back
anymore.
here.
I don't know what's happening. All right,
He's back here behind the longbow guy. I don't know.
All right, I moved him.
Okay, so he has handed that to you. And what is the
Old man,
old man doing? Yes, what is Gus doing?
I'm going to squeeze up here and I'm going to heal the guy. I'm going to use an action to first aid. Healing skills used to save the life of someone. The HP reduced to 0 and is at risk of dying.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a, what is it? A medicine? Is that what it is? Or first aid?
Healing.
Healing.
Okay. Yes.
Yep, and I'm skilled in it. And I have a
Nice.
17 intelligence. So that means that it has to be below a 14, right?
That's right.
A 3.
Okay. Very good. So you reach down to try to assess the wounds and heal this this person. As you look at it, you see that there are actually purple-blue streaks branching out from the wounds that can also be seen on Weatherman's face. He
Poison.
appears to be poisoned. And at the moment, unable to be healed from said poison.
So that's my turn.
Okay. Yeah, I
Right?
believe so. Yes, that's your turn. And then who was going second?
No,
So-
I want
Go
to
ahead.
double check. I
Yes.
succeeded at my first aid for healing, but he is
Well,
unable to.
yes. Sorry, I was kind of going off the medicine check type thing. Again, DM is learning as well. But yeah, you expertly assessed his injury, that he was shot and poisoned by this black arrow. So,
Right.
okay.
Hey, ooh,
Good work, buddy.
he's dead. There's nothing we can do.
Yeah, he kind of like
Yeah.
after he
All right.
sits up and hands the bundle, he kind of faints back onto the ground. So,
I feel like it's a Monty Python scene. Like he was dead, came back, gave us the bundle, and then died again.
Well, he probably doesn't need that arrow then, huh?
okay.
True.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go up up to here, and let's see. How's the holding and action thing work? That's called waiting.
Waiting. Yes.
You can swap initiative cards with someone else.
Perfect.
I'm not sure if I want to do that. Can I move and then wait, or would I have to wait and not move?
So, sorry. Ask that again. You want to not move, or you want to
Well,
move?
if I'm waiting, I want to move and then wait like if I was holding an action in 5e, but does waiting require that I don't move in this system?
No, you could move. Well, no, I guess it would be accurate to say you don't move yet. Like if you're waiting, it means you get to basically you get to choose someone lower than you in the turn order and swap cards with them, and they don't get to refuse it. You just get to do that. So
Okay,
Right.
but I can't sit here and with hammer in hand and wait for them to get closer.
yes.
Yeah, if you don't use your action, you can use it as a reaction.
Oh yeah, that's right. I might as well wait for them to come to me and react.
The waiting is flipping turn order. If you just want to move on your turn and then not use an action, I believe that is something you can do to be
Yeah, then my
prepared to make a
reaction is-
reaction.
Okay, then I think I'm going to wait here. I don't want to get too far ahead of everyone else. I'll let them get a little bit closer.
Did you have a shield? You had a shield, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then what weapon did you have out?
A light warhammer
Okay, awesome.
or small warhammer.
Okay, sounds great. Okay, so then let's see, who had number 3?
I think I did.
I think so.
Okay. I am trying to figure out how casting a spell works. Okay, so to cast a spell, you spend the will's power points, and you roll against the skill level in the relevant school. But I haven't seen where on the schools it gives me the skill level or the skill required for it. Do you know where that's at?
So you're an what are you again? Let's see. Animism?
Yeah, animism.
Okay, which spell are you trying to cast right now?
So, like, if I wanted to cast Lightning Flash.
Okay. It says rank 1, prerequisite animism, requirement of a jester, casting time 1 action, 30 meters, which each square is 2 meters, essentially. So 15 squares.
Yeah.
Duration instant. You call down a flash of lightning from the sky. If the spell is cast successfully, the target takes 2d6 damage. Lightning continues.
Yeah, but how do I know if it's cast successfully?
Okay, so
Further up in the learning the magic stuff, it says,
spells are complicated, and the maximum number of spells you can hold prepared in your memory are the same, is equal to your base chance for intellect. Spells, yes, okay. Okay, so as a newly created mage, you may select one school as a trained skill
right.
based on intellect. You don't get a base chance in magic schools that you are not trained in. So it looks like you just go with your base skill for intellect as far as being successful. To cast a spell, you must spend willpower points and roll against your skill level in the relevant school. Any school can be used to cast general spells. If the roll succeeds, the spell has the intended effect, as per its description. Otherwise, it has no effect. You can push a roll. Magic tricks succeed automatically and always cost 1 willpower. So, but on that one, you're saying you didn't see how much willpower it needed.
No. I know how much willpower it needs, but okay, so it says, okay, to cast a spell, you spend the willpower and roll against your skill level in the relevant school. I don't know what the skill level
Right.
So I
don't know
think
what
what
my
it's
skill level is.
Yeah, so I would
So if your
say
intellect is what? What is your intellect?
So my intelligence is 17, so it's a 7.
Yeah,
But-
but you're skilled in that school of magic, right?
So it's a 14 to hit. Is
So
that what
it's a
that is?
14.
yes.
That's my assumption.
That's
Okay, I didn't because I
my
didn't
understanding.
know if there was like a specific.
That's kind of what I'm assuming too. But
skill that it's
yeah, because I don't see
saying,
an actual skill just for
but- Yeah.
your
Okay.
magic
okay.
or your school
Well, I'll
magic.
just do that then. I don't want to hold it up too much because, I mean, I know it's great for the
This
ratings.
this is us learning. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Okay.
this is good. These are the same questions other people are going to have as well.
Yeah. So I guess maybe it's just weird the way it's worded, but
And perhaps it
didn't
should be
know if
added,
there was
anyone
a-
watching this, if we have done something incorrectly or if you have a better understanding,
please,
leave it in the comments.
Comment and let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to try to cast Lightning Flash
Okay.
at the one that's closest to me. I think I'm within range. Double check. Yeah, I'm within range.
Okay.
So, cast Lightning Flash on
Which
him.
one's closest to you? Use your little
Oh, sorry. The teardrop. This guy, right chair.
perfect. Okay.
So I'm gonna cast at him. And so I roll my d20 to see if it casts successfully. It does not. So yeah, that's
Okay.
exciting.
What did
Now,
you
does it-
did you roll
I rolled a 16 on my d20.
Okay. And you need
And
a
my
14.
skill's a 14. So, does it cost the willpower?
I believe it
it's
still costs the
unsuccessful?
willpower, yes.
Okay, cool. Well, then, that's what I did, and it sucked.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah! Spurt. No lightning, just embarrassment.
Okay. Little rumble of thunder in the sky happens.
I mean, he puts on a big show for it, too. I mean, he's, like,
Absolutely.
whirling
And
around
lightning drops down on the ground,
like this.
but it's
Then he's
over.
like,
It's over there.
What are you doing?
This happened last night too.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
It happens.
All right. Number 4. Who had number
Sorry,
4?
it costs 2 will points.
I
right?
did,
Or-
but then I got 10. So
True. Okay.
I do want to note that free action, so you don't. It's just a free action. Is that you can talk, you can use words.
Yes.
So-
Absolutely.
I was reading through it. It's not like it has to necessarily be on your turn. I don't think you can still
Correct.
shout out your war
Okay.
cries.
okay, so in that case, River's still back here, like, what's happening?
Absolutely.
What was that?
This guy's dead.
I know he's dead.
He's like, I'm not.
What did
dead
he do?
yet."
It was poison from the arrow.
No, no. Why did he do the lightning thing and then not?
It was a
don't-
misfire.
But he did lightning.
We don't have to keep talking about this, guys.
Okay.
Do your thing.
So as that happens,
Performance
you
issues
see-
are common.
you see arrows come in at you as a group here. Because they are ahead of Solus in the.
Well, that answered River's question.
Yes, it does.
River doesn't know there's goblins over there. So I don't know what y'all are doing.
Okay, hold on. Let's see.
I don't want to die.
It's me being right in front of them. I hope I am able to intercept at least some of that with my tiny little.
See, I want to know if there's a way to grab the corpse and use it as a shield.
Meat shield.
just hide under the hide under our new friend.
In this game, do enemies also get one action?
Yes. Except for monsters.
Okay,
Monsters may have more than one.
Cool. But they also get do they get reactions as well?
Probably. I think
Okay.
it just depends on the monster.
Yeah, they do. I don't know about monsters for sure, but I know NPCs do.
Oh, these are
Reactions
NPCs.
is just, it's just the same as action. So you choose to dodge, evade, all sorts of stuff.
I didn't know if the GM had to just keep up with that.
Yep.
Like each individual one, or like because there's only one initiative token for them. If
Right.
one
So
reacts, do they all
yeah,
react?
basically, they all go at the same time in the initiative order. But yes, they are going 5 separate times essentially. So.
Right. Or 3.
So that's why this is the
Oh, sure. There's 2 more down there.
introduction.
I can see
What?
I
There's
did
2
not
below
see
us.
those. I was zoomed in too far.
those. Yep.
You
Ambush.
sneaky DM, you.
Okay, hold on a second.
That's why I
Just
was
making
confused when you were like, "Which one's closest to you?" I was like, the one that's closest to me on the map. What are you talking about?" I didn't
There's
realize
also
there
a
were
there's also a dragon
others.
on the left side of the trees over there.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Are dragons good guys or bad guys in this game?
Exactly.
To be determined.
Are we the Dragonbane? Or are we trying to kill the Dragonbane? I don't know.
I think dragons are seen more as benevolent, if not kind of I don't know, imperialistically benevolent. Like, you know, I don't know.
Dragons
Like,
are overlords?
kind of, yeah.
Hmm,
Okay, hold on, let's see.
cool.
So
Sounds about right.
here's what I think is I think we're rolling a little bit wrong. And so I wanted to double check on it. So your base skill, okay, is if the roll is not a specific role that you are skilled in. So, for example, if you have a skill in awareness, then Austin, I think that you get. Let's see. I feel like you get the full thing.
The full thing of what?
Hold on.
Like my 17 in intelligence,
I think so.
I get to roll against that.
Oh,
I
I thought
think-
it was double.
No.
I thought it was double the base.
Well, so the base is like if you're rolling just a flat intelligence score, but it's like like you don't have a skill in it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if
Right,
I'm like,
so
oh,
rolling-
it doesn't really cover so if like awareness doesn't really cover it, and I said roll an intelligence check, then you would just use your base number. Well, I don't know. Hold on. Now I'm confusing myself.
I was gonna say, so base being like the biggest number, like the 17, or base being like the skill
No, I
number you
think
get from that, like the.
I don't know. I think let's see. Derived ratings. I just want to double check this here. Base chance. Okay.
This is going to be what's tricky for like playtesting these games, like
Right,
specifically when I
right.
DM, is because I'm gonna have to look this up. Normally, I just make it up on the fly. I'm not gonna lie. If you have a question about a rule, I probably make it up to whatever makes the most sense.
I do too, for sure. But let's see.
Since we're playtesting, we want to do it
No,
as
it's-
correctly
it
as we
says-
can.
It says every skill is connected to an attribute, which determines your base
The
chance.
base
So no,
chance.
I think you were doing correct. Sorry, for a second my brain decided to think that you should have had a better chance or better opportunity on the ones you knew.
Yeah, you
okay.
get twice. Train skills, you get twice the base chance.
Okay, so that's where the advantage kind of is. So
And it still didn't matter. Because I woofed. With my
Couldn't
leg.
you have like picked strength and exhausted yourself and gave yourself a boon and done that again? Is that correct?
Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, you could have roll. Is that what you're
Wait.
saying?
Yeah.
You can
So
do that?
again,
I really should have paid attention.
no, it's okay. So every time you take an action, if you fail something or you fail a check,
Mhm.
you can push the roll. Meaning you can say, you know what, I'm gonna exhaust myself if you're doing with strength, or I'm gonna
You
use
can
what
choose any skill.
you can
it
choose
just has
any
to
of those
make sense
skills. It
to
just
the
has to
DM.
make sense
Has-
narratively.
narratively makes sense.
I'm going to take this conditional effect, but I'm going to get to roll again and try to succeed.
What? I thought that was only for opposed rolls.
No, it's for any roll.
Where does it say that?
On page 32, pushing a roll. It's in the green box. So 34.
30,
I
32,
assume.
30.
It's under
If you
boons and
fail a
banes.
skill to push the roll.
Yeah, if you fail a skill or attribute roll, you can choose to push it. The new result applies basically no matter what.
This. So you just roll it normal? You don't roll it with disadvantage or anything?
You only would roll it with advantage or disadvantage, meaning a boon or a bane, if you already had a boon or a bane.
Okay.
Right.
So can I do that? Can we retcon that?
Sure.
But I have to
Let
give you
him-
I have
let
to
him
give you
zap
like a
it.
play-by-play
So tell me-
reason.
Well,
right?
so choose a skill and tell me why you're like straining
Um,
your willpower or your intelligence or your
Yeah.
or your charisma. Like, you could choose one that doesn't go with your abilities. You just have to tell me why.
Right. Okay. So let's say. So being as young as he is, still learning the magic, he hasn't fully tapped into the fact that magic is like flows through him, and so like he's going to strain extra hard and like try to physically push this magic out. Does that make sense? Like he's trying to grasp it physically still because he's still so young and dumb.
Like thinking it
Uh,
comes from him or that he needs
yeah,
to
thinking like it comes from him
strain
and
his
like
body
and
to
like
perform.
instead of just letting it flow, he's gonna strain his whole body physically to like, try to poop this lightning out. So
Okay.
if that makes sense, does
Sure.
that make any sense at all?
We'll
Oh, yeah,
allow
I've
it.
been
That's
there.
fair.
Yeah,
I've
absolutely.
been there. I know
Think
exactly what
like,
Everyone's saying how to Taco
I don't
Bell.
know.
I get it.
Taco Bell.
I don't know.
That'll do it.
You know what I mean? Like,
So
okay, I'm
yes.
rolling it.
And then mark that you are going to be exhausted with that.
Yeah, I am. So what does exhausted mean? Other than
You
realize,
you're going to have a bane on strength checks or
well,
whatever.
I'm not going to make any of those anyway. So, and I still failed, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. All right.
This game
Sorry.
blows,
Well,
man. I hate this game. I just want to do magic stuff.
Okay.
That's so funny. After all that.
Yeah.
After all that,
Or it's like, I just want to do magic stuff, and I just pooped myself.
Yeah, I think we should.
Dang it.
I think we should RP that he legitimately pooped himself.
Yeah,
Maybe
he's
he might have.
creating-
Whoa.
It's so hard.
what is
You
he
guys are
doing,
right.
dude?
You're gonna blow a gasket. He totally blows a gasket.
Why does it smell weird every time you do magic?
With it being lightning, it smells burnt. Ugh.
There is a lightning.
Okay.
Bolts of
So,
lightning from his arse instead of just poop from his arse.
What do the
I
what do
love
the
how-
goblins
Go ahead.
think after they just witnessed this guy dance, strain
Just
himself,
crapping
and poop his
himself.
pants?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is this the Is that the last thing? Is that the
Easy
last thing
prey.
this man saw before he died?
It might have been. It might have
I
been.
sure hope so.
He's
Oh
like,
my
finally,
gosh.
some adventures I can trust, and then just
This looks like a capable party.
Yes.
Nope.
Very.
This dying breath. Horse craps himself.
his last breath. He's like, oh yes, nature, my final breath. Nice, breathe in, What is that?
Okay. All right. So 5 attacks. Basically, one is headed for each of you.
That was the
So-
poison. That was the poison he died from.
No. He was already poisoned before I crapped myself.
I don't know why I went to Gandalf. You shall not pass. And then...
Ugh.
horrible experience.
Man,
You have no idea.
I love how the 5 of us are just like jaw jacking while Seth is like steam's
Just
coming out of
rolling
his.
some stuff. No.
Yeah.
What's happening?
All right. So 5 arrows shoot out from them, and let's see.
I got it. Focus, death,
Right.
potential.
It's
You
progress.
drew us in. Yeah.
Okay. So 3 of them hit. So let's see. I'm
Who?
gonna roll
Whom?
to see whom it hits.
Specifically, Dr. Hills, and he's done.
If it's
That's
coming at me, I will dodge.
So we're going
Instant death.
basically the for the 5 of you, it's gonna be on this D6 to determine who gets hit. It's gonna be your initiative order. So Austin's 1. Steve, you had 2, right?
Yeah.
Ian had 3.
Well, I also went number 2 though. So
Yes. Thank you.
So he
and
gets
then-
2 numbers on the dice.
Yes,
what I heard.
and then solace, and then heals for the 1 through 5. So, okay, so Steve, 1 gets shot at you, 1 gets shot at Austin, and then that's a roll again. Heals. So, the 3 of you are going to take arrows.
No, I will dodge.
wait, do
Well,
you want to know
it's
the
a dodge.
damage before you dodge or
I
after?
don't think I actually says you have to announce your dodging or parrying before the damage is rolled.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm parrying with my shield.
Okay.
I can't because I used my action to successfully not heal the guy.
Sorry. Sorry.
You healed a
Hey,
dead man.
Hey,
Like,
I
what?
will retcon that for you if you like.
Definitely not heal.
I
No.
would like to dodge.
Yes, I will let you dodge because I read afterwards that like you didn't actually need the check to see he was poisoned. So
Okay.
so you could all dodge. So on that, so you're gonna parry, right? Spurg, and then the other 2
Yep.
are dodging. Okay. As an
Where are
alternative
the
parrying,
details
you can
on dodge.
page 46. So everything for combat and actions is from page 41 forward. So
You roll the evade, I think. The
It is
skill
evade, yes.
to
Yes.
dodge. And it's an opposed roll, isn't it? Or no, you just have to get your
You just
score.
have to get under it. Yeah.
I'm
I do
skilled in
succeed.
it.
I am
you're
not.
skilled in evade.
Yes.
Nice.
I am not because I am dumb and didn't realize what it was. But I did still succeed. Fortunately, I rolled a 4.
So yeah.
This
So
old man is surprisingly spry.
yeah. In order to parry a ranged attack, you do have to have a shield.
Yeah, and
so
then
so
it's
you can
your weapon.
only dodge, which is the evade. So as a
Spurg has a-
reaction, once you have dodged, your action round is spent, and you must flip your initiative card. So basically, if you're gonna do this, you don't get to like take a turn, and we start the next turn.
Yes.
Okay.
Makes sense.
It's I did not successfully dodge.
But here's the thing. Oh, okay. Well, you could push it. But on a successful dodge, you do get to move 5 feet in any direction, or 2 meters. So you get to move 1 square on a successful dodge.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna push it. And
Push
he
it.
he
Push it real
uses
good.
the little bit of strength that he has in his frail body to leap out of the way, and he will exhaust himself to do so.
Worth it.
So, because it's paid off well for the mage. That's also a fail.
Yes.
We suck so hard at this game.
All my D&D experience told me I would be good at rolling low.
Yeah.
And,
Yep.
and now, when you need to,
Now I can't.
I gotta quit using the heal dice. The
That's
heals
it.
dice
They're
always
They're
roll
too good, guys. They're too good.
They're
With
too
that,
weighted.
no, I don't know.
They're too weighted.
He gets a leg cramp as he tries to jump out of the way. Charlie horse.
yeah, he does.
Man, so you get
He
one crapping
strains-
himself, the other one's pulling muscles.
Well, the old guy would pull muscle, right?
We're heroes, man.
Yeah.
Back. His back went out. So
Yeah, for the other two of you, go ahead and give me your dodge. Did you succeed, fail? What
I
happened?
did succeed. It was a 4.
I succeeded my parry.
Okay, so then
6
you
out
all.
of 12.
Okay.
What do you do for the parry?
show off.
Hold my shield up.
Yeah, but like, what do you roll it against?
Oh,
It's your weapon.
weapon of my choice.
Mhm.
Basically, out of a certain number of weapons.
Do you have to roll the? Do you roll against the? Or do you have to do the durability part of it?
Oh yeah,
So-
durability is a thing.
Let's see. That's what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, I did forget
Um,
about durability.
Should have paid attention to the rules.
Let's see.
I have a longbow. I'm not blocking anything with it. If I get out of the way, or I get hit.
Watch the legless.
It says
Oh, and
piercing attacks can never damage a parrying weapon or shield.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So just sticks into my
So,
shield and does
yeah,
no
sticks
damage.
into it, or you knock it away with your shield, essentially.
Okay, I'll take it.
I feel like we're fighting in the shade now. Because of all the arrows flying at us.
It
Kind
is-
of feels like they're blotting out the sun.
FYI, it is impossible to parry and dodge at the same time. You can parry while prone.
I don't know. I think I could do it.
I think there was
You can also
a
dodge while prone.
boon on at least melee against prone.
Yeah, you get
I
an
get-
extra damage against prone. When you hit.
Oh, hold on. If the damage exceeds your weapon's durability, the weapon is damaged and cannot be used until it is repaired with crafting roll.
Unless it's piercing, right?
Piercing
Less
damage attacks can never damage a parrying weapon or shield. Is it piercing? I mean, that makes sense, being a bow.
I think a bow is piercing.
So if I tried to
Damage.
parry a ballista shot,
Shooting blunt.
Yeah, if you try to parry a ballista shot, I think that might
Good
be
luck.
a little different.
That feels legit.
Conditions are on page 51, by the way, to know what your exhaustion does.
Wait, 51? Is that what you said?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Like an arrow hitting your shield would do probably minimal damage as opposed to like a sword hitting your shield.
Mhm.
So
Just clink off.
we're gonna go with that. Okay. Damage.
That girl is poison. Poison. Poison.
Well, that's a lot of damage.
uh-oh.
And he's dead.
No, he parried it. Oh, wait, you didn't dodge, did you?
No, he didn't. That's
You're
7
dead.
points. To
I'm fine.
You only have two. You only have 2 points left.
Yeah,
You had 9.
that's why I dodged.
I dodged
Okay.
too. Tried it twice.
You did.
and then he pulled a hamstring.
And pulled a muscle.
Yeah. Back went
Okay.
out, pulled a muscle, and got shot.
All right, fantastic. Okay, that is the end of the round.
Gus, not again. It's gonna kind of jump in this direction.
Wait, I thought. Did Solus go?
Oh, Solus.
I'm like last.
Yes. Well, Solus and then heals, but heals.
I no
dodged,
longer
so-
have an action. I would
So,
like
okay.
to talk on my turn.
So Solus, go for it.
Yeah. All right. So I'm getting my daggers, and okay. First off, DM, are you counting like diagonal movement, or do you have to do right angles?
We're gonna go with it. Whatever. Right now.
Okay, all right.
Cool.
So
Great
my
answer.
my
If
movement.
it's close, we'll say you get there.
We'll do whatever.
Okay. Well, the reason why I'm saying that, so my movement is 12, so that's 6 boxes. So what I want to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to go out here, so I'm not
That
in melee
works. Yeah,
range
yeah,
of the
that's
other
fine.
character. Okay. All right.
I'll let you do that.
Yeah. I'm just gonna bring it. So I'm going to attack. I have to roll against my knives, so
Okay.
less than a 12. An 11.
Nice.
Okay, so I
Okay.
hit.
So
Now what?
Someone's doing
Roll-
damage. It's great.
yeah, roll me some damage.
Is that just a D20?
No.
You gotta scroll down to find that.
Yeah, knives.
yeah,
I gotta
I
find
need
your
to-
equipment.
yeah.
I'm scrolling.
You're using a knife? The D8.
Yeah. Well, a dagger. theoretically,
Dagger or
which
a
is
knife?
It's a dagger. But it's
Well,
a
they do
knife.
different things.
I have
I
a
know.
dagger.
A dagger, it's a D8. Subtle, piercing, slashing can
Okay.
be thrown.
Oh, can it be thrown?
Yeah.
That would've been-
Indeed, it
That's
can.
nice. Cool. Stand by.
So you have piercing and slashing. What are those bonus? You could choose to do a certain.
Oh,
thing
you can
with those,
slash
right?
with a dagger. That's the only difference.
Yeah,
we go.
absolutely. And it's a D8, by the way, for damage.
Slashing does do damage to parrying stuff.
5.
5 points. Fantastic. Okay. So yeah, you reach out with your dagger, give him a good cut across the arm there. Kind of screeches at you in pain.
What does it sound like?
Whoa.
Yep, exactly.
Come with
okay.
props.
All right. So yeah, that is the end of the round.
Hey, good job, guys.
But I mean, heals you free action.
Yeah.
What did you want to say?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just gonna
Very
yell
good.
out in Goblin as soon as I realized actually what's going on. I
Do you
was just gonna
speak
yell
Goblin?
out and it's a roll against language and I succeeded.
Nice.
Yeah, and so I'm just gonna call out in Goblin. Why are you attacking us? Better yet, why are we about to kill you?
Okay, I love it. Love the intimidation.
That's just
yeah.
me on the
Do they
ground
respond?
with an arrow.
They all just kind of growl and
Get in character, Seth.
yep, I know I'm trying
Have
here.
they ever heard a duck talk?
Yeah.
They kind of just like yell back at you and they're like, because we can.
So,
Very
so
deep.
as I'm like calling out, like I have
These
my
are little
longbow in hand,
goblins.
I've just like sidestepped this arrow, but what you see is a dark brown duck with like this like tattered leather armor that is clearly too large for his like juvenile body, and he like calls out as intimidating as he can. He has like a deeper voice. He doesn't have the lisp that you guys all expect. But he has a bit of a deeper voice as he kind of calls out in Goblin that he's picked up somewhere in his hunts and cells.
Okay,
Are
absolutely.
you like Darkwing Duck?
So
Yeah, but he's in his like tattered hand-me-down armor.
so you yell
Duck
that,
test.
okay, and
Do we re-roll initiative now or re?
yes, we
Redraw.
re-pull initiative. So, however,
Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. That is interesting.
okay.
Now we all go just normally because the surprise is over.
It's
Mhm.
interesting. So, reading through this, just for everyone's understanding. So, reading through this, there are certain times when the GM like determines an initiative order for something. Like, for example, Heel's going last because he failed his awareness check and didn't know the goblins were there. So, just FYI, it's even though there's initiative cards, like sometimes, you know, for like the RPG of it, there's going to be stuff like that. So, but yes, okay. Again, let's see.
I mean, it's
who
not
was
totally
last?
random.
So
and
let's
the
see.
guy that's underwater gets to go before everybody else standing on land
Yeah, maybe.
just because he rolled it. It's weird.
Heels, you want to go first since you were last turn?
Yeah, let's do it.
5.
Never mind. I want to go not first.
Okay. Let's see. And then Solus,
Let's do
you
it.
want to go next?
Let's go, buddy.
2.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna
You know,
stab
he's
somebody
got
else.
those. He's
Think
got
you'll
those face
appreciate
up
that.
down there. He's pulling them face up.
I know,
You
right?
just can't see it.
All right. So
Can't trust the
and then,
DM.
Let's see. Spurg, I think you were next there. 6.
Okay.
And then Austin. No, Ian. Wait, did I give you? No, Ian. Yeah, we go.
See,
10.
he's looking. He's looking.
I'm not looking.
You're taking a lot of time to recover from pooping. So.
Austin. Yeah, I got 4.
So Fob's not looking that bad.
He's a poopy.
Okay, and then the goblins. 7.
Okay.
So hey, yeah, only
Still
one
third.
person is behind him. However, as you yell out in Goblin, and they say because we can, you see
That's a
coming
stupid
from
reason to die.
yes, you see coming from behind the rocks up here. You see another goblin, but this goblin is mounted on a warg.
Oh my God, he's got a dog.
Yes. And he comes out and makes a
I want that
surprise
dog.
attack. So he is the first in the initiative.
Thought the
Oh, that's
badger.
more like it.
The badger from Hearth
Surprise
and
us,
Hammer.
huh?
Yeah.
It's Tiki Teak.
It's Tiki Teak.
It's a crossover.
Just has like little goblin ears on. It's like a headband.
Sorry, guys. It's inside joke.
Okay.
You said he's first in
Awesome.
initiative?
Yeah, he's
Or
first.
they are first? Okay.
Yes. All right.
Solus, good use of pronouns there, buddy.
What's that? I said they because it's a goblin and a man, come on now.
Sure, whatever.
There's 2 of them.
Austin's changed you, Solus.
Goodness.
Austin's changed you.
Okay, so the
Not
warg
Austin, but
riding
this
the
is-
warg. Yeah, we have an Austin in the chat. Yeah, Austin, why
God,
did you
this
change
is
him?
such a confusing night.
Okay, so
Austin, not old
the
Tess.
warg rider, this goblin commander, you see he is armed with a scimitar and a long spear, riding this bloodthirsty warg. The warg rider counts as a monster, by the way, in combat. So
That's not good, friends.
Kill it with fire.
So for everybody,
I suppose.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, I suppose as River sees this, his weakness is Monster Slayer, and so he immediately goes, "He must die, and I want his dog." Where's the dog? The monster? I don't know.
It's all one. Well, it's all one unit.
Okay,
I
it's
guess.
gotta die. They both gotta die then.
Okay, so
The dog's
Cool.
only the monster because it's been trained that way.
that's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill you and the warg you rode it on.
There you go.
So for the listeners and the viewers, what's like, is a monster considered a boss of the battlefield? Like, how would you define a
Yes.
monster?
I would define it as kind of
A
a
world
boss.
boss.
Yes, maybe not a world boss. I mean, he's the boss in your world right now. So.
It was an Elder Scrolls Online reference.
Oh,
I
okay.
figured.
Well, I didn't play that, so.
Jeez.
Okay. So a monster is a creature of unnatural origin, terrible beast that strikes terror. So Also, too, some monsters can act multiple times, and so just for everyone as we're learning on the monster card, if they have a ferocity rating, it's like they get that many attacks. So it gets 2.
And they don't ever
attacks.
miss. And they get to go as many times as they want.
Yes.
Ian's
As
not
many
happy with this
times.
game.
As many times.
This
Well,
game's
no.
so
See,
stupid.
so here's the thing. He's going first, but none of the rest of you have taken your turn. So as a reaction, you do get to, if you choose, try to dodge or parry. So
Yeah, that went over well for me. This last one.
Yeah.
it did. It really did.
We all saw it happen in Austin.
But like, I wonder how many rounds can go by with just us dodging and parrying and never actually
Probably a
doing
lot.
damage.
Now, here's the thing, too, though. I don't think
good
hit
point.
points are going to ever grow to be exponentially large like D&D.
No,
right?
they don't.
You're not
Like,
going to
they're
have
pretty
you're not going to
much-
have 120 hit points by the time you reach like level 10. I think it's going to remain pretty much the same the entire time. So take that for what it is.
So stay alive.
I think
Yeah.
I think though, for the purpose of the conversation, Ian makes a good point though. So like in theory, if all you're doing, and I don't want to talk about that in superlative, but if all you're doing is dodging and parrying a monster, in theory, that's every round. Because if you
You're
take the
using your
chance of
action for
hitting,
that.
yeah.
So there's the
interesting.
question. Do you? Well, never mind. A monster doesn't miss. So no, never mind. I was going to say, can you announce your dodge action after you know you've been hit? But it doesn't matter with a monster.
So here's the
Because if
thing.
they attack you, you're hit.
Monsters tend to, what I'm looking at here, they have, so this one, for example, has certain attacks listed on the monster card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this d6 to see which 2 attacks that they use. So essentially it's more of a, these are the 2 attacks that it uses. These are the effects that are going to happen. So, okay,
Well, let's get it.
let's get to it.
So basically, his target's gonna have to choose whether or not to take it in the face.
Right,
If they think that they can handle the damage. Otherwise,
I cannot.
Okay,
it's gonna be so interesting.
I'm just a baby duck. Okay, I can't handle the damage.
You just can't. You can't just sit there and soak up damage. You
Right.
gotta.
Right.
There's no tank. No tank.
And this is just for my own curiosity, because I know that you have armor as the knight. What kind of armor do you have? Is it chain or plate?
Chain, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Chain.
How many points does that negate?
4.
You have a helmet.
Yes. Oh, which would have given me Bane on my awareness. Oops.
That's okay. Good to know for next time. Okay, so let's see. First, this is a thematic. He runs out and he is going to run and pounce on Orvin there.
How far does he get to move?
20. I mean, he is riding a warg, so.
Would that be 10 squares if it's 20 meters? If they're 2 meters across?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
So he started there. So
it's about 8 to get over there.
7, 8. Yeah. Okay. And so he's gonna do
As the warg runs, it was 8.
as the warg runs. Absolutely. Are you going to dodge or parry, my good sir?
Monsters cannot be parried.
Oh, then no.
You can't parry
only
him
touch.
either.
Oh yeah, there's
Wow.
a heroic ability I think that allows you to parry monsters.
Oh, I guess unless you have that, yeah.
Monsters
God.
have cheat codes.
This
I
goblin.
mean, you
is
can
OP.
dodge, but you cannot parry. I don't.
Axe.
This game is basically just like pray a monster doesn't show up. Because if a monster shows up, you're screwed.
Changes the strategy.
It's
You
kind of
did.
nice though. Cause I mean, I don't know. A lot of times D&D feels a little too easy.
Yeah, it does.
This I'm sitting here kind of like, I really got to think what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
You got to play
Okay,
conservative.
there are
or
also possibly attacks that can be parried, and it said they will list them in the monster attacks. So there may be an attack like that you can parry. I don't know that I see one here, but
Good to
all
know, but not for
all
this monster.
monsters, yeah, but all monsters have, yeah. So okay, so you're gonna try to dodge it. You said
No.
no. Okay, you're gonna take it.
He's
Take
gonna,
it in the
He's
face.
gonna eat it.
Nice.
You about to eat.
Better smile when it hits you.
Okay. So you take 4 points of damage, which I think is taken on the
Negated.
armor.
It's all negated.
Yeah, completely negated by the armor.
What? This dude did
Nice.
4 points of damage? What a pansy. We
Uh,
got this guy. I ain't worried about that.
Now hold on real quick. Just again, this is for all of us learning and for all of you out there learning.
Yeah.
What happens when your armor gets hit? So we need to know, like, what the durability is on gear.
Indeed.
I think there's a rule, like if it's completely negated, then it instead does damage to the weapon that attack.
Let's see.
like
Durability
that.
determines how much damage you can parry without damaging the weapon.
It's not dodge.
Oh, I guess no. So armor here. Sorry,
It's not a weapon. Yeah, it's armor.
weapons and armor.
Because he didn't parry it. He just ate it.
Dodge.
True.
Yeah.
Armor rating indicates the amount of damage the armor subtracts from an attack. You can only wear one suit of armor at a time, but armor can be combined with a helmet. Armor and helmets. Okay.
On
No,
page,
no, never mind. I don't think
50.
that I don't think that. What'd you say?
I'm looking. I found on page 50. If the damage from a melee attack is completely negated, the attacking weapon itself suffers the damage instead, which might break the weapon.
But that's a weapon, not armor.
Oh, that's in the section about the armor.
It would damage the monster, but I don't like the monster's weapon. But since the monster is probably using a natural attack,
Break its teeth. Break its teeth.
break its teeth.
Yeah.
Can't bite anymore.
Subtract the armor rating from the damage. If the damage from a melee attack is completely negated, the attacking weapon. Yeah. So this was a pounce. So basically, the warg tried to pounce on
Broke a
you and
nail.
knock you to the
He
ground.
broke the warg.
So
He broke a nail.
Yeah, so
He just had those done. He's mad too.
okay.
But
so
no, that
White
is
Fox,
good.
on
That's
the on the gear rating, like armor doesn't have a durability rating
right.
at all.
So,
So
and that's what I was trying to make.
yeah.
I was making sure it wasn't the armor that took the damage. It
Right.
was the attacking weapon. So, okay, no, I like it. Also, as
Did
a
he try to
monster,
bite
I don't
him?
know if. So the second. Let's see. So the warg, after pouncing, lets out a ravenous howl. The warg raises its head to the sky and lets out a famished howl. All player characters within 10 meters, 2 squares, must make a willpower roll to resist fear. So, Sprig, that is you. So give me a willpower roll to resist fear.
Rolled a 6 against a 13.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, you resist the fear. Perfect. Okay, so the warg is finished. Who had number 2 on the round?
It was me.
Let's see it.
I'm stabbing again. I'm not moving.
Stabby. Let's go.
Let's go. Lower than a 12. 13. I failed. Next character.
Okay, perfect.
Hang on. So we don't know if their hits are going to hit us, and so we have to choose to give up an action to dodge or not.
No, you know if it is going to hit, but before the damage is applied is when you get to try to do it.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Just making sure.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, you reach out, try to stab again. No dice. The goblin jumps backwards and gets out of your range. Okay, number 4. Who was number 4, or who was next?
It was me.
Go for it.
I thought
Yeah. So seeing this monster run out and just pounce
no, hold
on.
Well, yeah, that's fine. Either one of you can go. The goblins aren't going yet, so.
Oh, okay. Either one.
Austin,
Like
were you
3 and
4?
4.
I thought I was 4, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, you are 4. Carry on, Austin. Do your thing. I was 5.
Well, I was gonna ask. I don't know how healing works in this game. I know that I can do first aid as an action, which I successfully, unsuccessfully did at the beginning of the combat.
I would. Yeah. So, like, if you want to do it to yourself, you mean?
Yeah, but I don't know how to heal myself. So that's what I was curious about.
So first aid will only raise someone up if their HP is at 0.
Okay.
So basically, it sustains their life. Healing,
Can only be done with spells and rest.
I
and
think, can
stuff
only
like
be done
that.
with spells.
But
Okay.
remember, there's that. Well, no, that's a willpower healing.
So I am going to spend 3 willpower points and use my heroic ability for intuition. And I will ask Seth, how do we defeat the warg monster?
Ooh, nice.
So I think I need to roll against that. That's my question. But I
Okay.
need to roll my myths and legends. So it needs to be under a 14. A 10.
Okay. Let's see.
You don't have to reveal everything, it says. And if I need to fine tune the question, let me know. It just says when faced with a difficult decision, you can activate this ability to ask a question directly to the GM and receive a helpful answer.
So what I might say instead, like,
How do we survive this?
how do you survive this, or how? Yeah. So what we'll say is, like, what's the best way to kind of win this encounter? That maybe is a little open for it, but, like, narratively speaking, as a scholar, you might have the knowledge to say, how do you deal with a goblin attack or something? And the answer that I would give with a success would be like, you take out the leader, and the rest will usually run away.
And is it pretty clear that the leader is the one riding the warg right now?
Yes, that would be clear. So,
Okay. Hey guys, I know I'm about to die, but we should aim for the leader on the warg. These goblins are stupid, and they'll probably get scared and run away.
beautiful. Love it.
Yep.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Hey, I'd say that's a great use of your
What is the prone condition? Like, can I just lay down and just, like, I've done my piece?
I'm dead.
I just want to make sure that they have some sort of disadvantage at shooting at me again because I'm laying over here by this rock.
I will say, you notice after they fired, they had dropped their bows and got out their short swords.
Great.
So,
I'm gonna stand up on this rock to see if I can get in a position that makes it more difficult for them to
okay.
attack me.
Sounds good. We'll see what we can do with that.
It doesn't look pretty. Like I'm not really making. It's a really easy rock to climb on. I'm not doing well getting up there. My muscles are exhausted.
It's
and
true.
I still have a cramp in my leg and an arrow. So it's
Like, you
It's not
sit
pretty.
down and then kind of swing your legs around and kind of like hobble up to a standing position
It's
again.
gonna slip a little bit. It's like you could, a normal person could just step up there.
Right.
I'm struggling.
Okay. Heels, go for it.
Yeah, so upon seeing this monster kind of rush around, immediately River gets angry, but at the same time he gets terrified and he starts kind of beating up with sweat, if ducks sweat, I don't know. And so he's going to raise up his bow, and he's actually going to use his racial ability, ill-tempered. And so I can use 3 willpower points to give myself a boon on a skill roll.
Do it.
As I fire my bow. I also become angry, which I already was anyway.
What's it
Yeah, that'd
sound
be
like
that'd
when-
actually be double successes. Not that that helps me, but they're there.
Okay, as long as it's, tell me if it's
Yeah. It hits.
a dragon, if you roll a dragon.
It was not a dragon, but it was almost max damage. 11 points of damage.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
And that was to what, the warg or
The warg, yeah.
Amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
So you reach up and you fire this arrow, and it takes the warg warg rider, kind of like hits it kind of like in the leg, hitting. You get a good sense it hits like in the leg and like through to the warg underneath. Done gets some good damage there. So okay, next is
Me, I believe,
perfect.
with a 6.
Yes, go for it.
So I'm going to move around here, and I'm gonna swing my warhammer,
Fantastic.
and for flavor, aiming for the warg rider's knee. Rolled a 2 against a 12.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
My
Give me some damage.
damage is a 2d6 plus a d4 bonus damage.
Nice.
My d6s go. Uh, 7 points of damage.
7 points. All right. Fantastic. Okay, yeah, you kind of jog around it as the warg is standing there looking around at the group, and you swing your flail and you like hit it square in the face, doing good damage. It kind of like as it the warg takes the yelps as it takes the damage in the face of a flail. That's no joke.
Yeah,
So-
check that.
Perfect.
And it's a warhammer, not a flail.
Oh, the warhammer. I'm sorry. Still, it's, it's doing a lot of damage. So.
It packs a punch. It's a giant chunk of metal on the end of a stick.
Yes.
It's
It's a
gonna
giant
hurt.
chunk of metal on the end of a stick or on the end of a chain. Both are going to be pretty painful. Okay, so, all right, now it is up to our goblins are going to try to attack. So let's see. Okay, they didn't quite make it. Okay.
Yeah, he's avoiding that rock. He saw how slippery it was when I was trying
Yeah,
to get
he
up there.
did. He did. He was not looking forward to that. Okay, I'm just going to move him right there. Okay, so they're kind of just, besetting your whole group here. So they have to, let's see. Okay, sorry, I'm also making sure I know what their skills are and rolling appropriately. So. What's a base for a skill of 10?
5, I believe.
Yeah, it is 5.
Okay, perfect. Okay, because it's 9 to 12. Okay, that's why I wanted to look at the thing again. All right, so these two are both taking a swing at River. This one is taking a swing at Orvin. And this one is taking a swing at Farrell. Oof. Man. Okay, so all of them missed except for one who was hitting River. And that one got a dragon.
Oh
Ooh.
no!
So,
Well, it's been fun, guys.
okay, hold on. Let's make
Yeah,
sure
you
we're
use
doing
your
it.
actions
This
to
is
Can
the
you
first
dodge
one.
it or
First one of the
Already used my
game.
action.
First
already
one
used
of
my
the game,
action.
guys. First one. And do you have armor on or no?
Yes, leather armor. It soaks 1.
Okay, that's hey, better than nothing.
It's something.
Okay. So as far as rolling a dragon goes, let's see. Rolling a 1 on a d20 means that you particularly successful. It's called rolling a dragon. In combat, a dragon roll has a specific effect, increasing the damage of the attack, for example. Outside of combat, then it's some other things here. I need to know how much damage, because I don't think it's just
Roll double the amount of dice.
double the
the
amount of
weapon's
dice.
damage.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just dice.
okay, that's one. Wasn't sure if that was.
You can
in there.
choose one of the following effects. Roll double the amount of dice. Immediately perform a second attack against another enemy. Armor has no effect against attack as it finds a gap or weak spot.
Okay. You know what? We're gonna go with armor has no effect.
That's much better. That's a much better result for you.
Yes, it is.
We're learning, okay?
It's a kind, kind GM.
Hey, you know what? I
Very
try.
kind.
All right.
He's gracious.
All right, here we go. However, that is 10 points of damage.
No.
So,
And River collapses immediately.
okay. So River's down at the moment.
Good riddance.
Got off 1 shot.
Didn't you do like 11 damage with that one shot too? And then
I did 11 damage with my shot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Hey, I stabbed a guy.
You did.
Sorry, I was trying to quote
And
quote a movie.
Ian, it is actually now.
you have a
Stab
hand
a
grenade?
guy through the heart with a
The
trident?
trident.
Yeah,
I've been meaning to talk to you about that, bro.
Ian, it is now Orvin's turn.
You're gonna want to lay low.
Wasn't it already my turn? I had the 6.
Oh, I thought you went. My apologies. Yeah, you did that. Yeah, you hit it with the hammer.
Yeah.
It's my turn.
So yeah, so the goblins just went after you, and now it's
So now it's my
he-
turn.
Yeah, because Ian was last in the turn order.
Okay. So I just saw River die right in front of me.
Yeah.
Squishy.
You saw 2 pretty powerful
very
attacks
squishy.
on the warg rider,
No.
and it's looking pretty damaged. So
He's gonna really try to muster up his magic again and do a lightning flash again. Dang it. Very angry about the last time. So he's really like warming his fingers up, like he's ready to go. This is happening this time.
I believe
This
you.
is happening. Let me get the right dice.
That is important.
My dice have been trained to roll good. It's bad now. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Yes, I got a 10.
Nice. Give me some damage.
Yes. So, you get hit with a lightning blast, which does. The lightning shoots out of my. Just shoots. I don't know how to what, but it just shoots. Call down a flash of lightning from the sky. 2d6 damage. And it can hit another random target within 2 meters of the target, inflicting 2d4 damage. Can be parried or dodged, but they already had their action.
That is correct.
So, 2d6 damage first to the big fella. And he's going to take 6.
Okay, so what kind of motions do you do to do this, and how does it defeat this warg rider?
Oh, sweet. It's going to be like super animated, stupid. He's like flinging his arms around, like, and then he like goes, covers his face, he dabs his face, and he goes like that, just reaches to the sky and
Nice.
just calls the lightning down on top of the sky.
Absolutely. The lightning crashes down on the warg rider, and you see it just kind of blacken and like go straight through, and you hear kind of just a whimper as the warg and its rider itself, the warg just kind of collapse and fall dead.
And Horace is like, holy
Before you.
crap, did you guys see that?
Amazing.
And then the lightning's going to jump to the guy next to him.
River,
Absolutely.
did you see that?
Silence.
And he's going to take...
Now hold on. Is it a
Ooh.
random person or someone you choose?
No, it's whoever's next to him. It jumps to...
Well, there are two people next to them, and one of them is Orvin.
And I'm wearing metal.
Oh no!
So you killed... Wait.
Oh.
You are conductive.
Hang on.
Another
is there a
random
warg?
target within 2 meters
Hmm.
of
Yes.
the target.
Is there the warg and then the person riding the warg?
No, it's one thing. The warg and the person are
okay.
one thing. Yeah.
All right,
Oh.
so yeah, it's just a random target. Do you want me to roll a d6?
Give me a d6 and
evens and
one,
odds, or highs
one,
and lows? Or...
we can evens and odds is good. I like that. So what do
Okay.
you hold on, Spurg? What do you want to be? Evens or odds? 2,
Give
4,
me
6?
evens.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, you're evens. So if I roll even, you get hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I rolled a 3.
Okay. So you feel the electrical, tingling in your extremities as the goblin next to you takes some damage as well.
7. Yeah, I rolled a 4 and a 3. He takes 7 points of lightning.
Awesome. That was, so it kind of hits it, and it like is stunned for a second, and you see it's like dazed. Looks like it's about to drop, but doesn't quite. But as they all see the warg rider go down, they all turn and flee in different directions,
Cowards.
bringing combat to a close. Yes, go ahead.
Can you let me? Because I just want people to experience this.
Okay, yes.
I was going to reach in those rocks for an improvised weapon on my next thing, and I know
Okay.
improvised weapons is this. It's a whole separate thing for Dragonbane.
It is. It's a whole different thing, yeah.
So I scrolled through them. I would assume this is closer to maybe forest out of all the options.
Yeah, I'm sure you could find something forestally. There's some trees up in here around there.
Okay, so either patch of dirt makes most sense, or viper in those rocks.
What? A
Yeah,
viper?
viper.
So you tell me which
Go
one.
for it. You somehow found a viper beneath a rock. here.
Great. So I get to roll bushcraft,
What?
which I should be able to do this because I have its intelligence and I'm skilled in it. I pick
No
up the
proof.
snake and throw it at an enemy within 10 meters.
Okay.
The enemy gets bitten, which inflicts d6 damage and a lethal poison with potency 12 if the bite pierces armor. The attack can be dodged but not parried. Your bushcraft roll fails, the snake bites you instead.
You should have thrown the snake at the boss, man.
I just saw this in
Yeet.
this last turn.
This is amazing. This is amazing.
That is
This is
awesome.
fantastic. I love how it's like if you fail, it bites you instead.
If you fail,
Clearly.
I failed.
This would probably be one of those rolls I push. I don't know.
oh
Yes,
guys,
I would push
foaming
it.
at the
You know what?
mouth.
You know what? This does make sense. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna charisma, so I'll be disheartened.
You're gonna scream like a little girl and
Roll
lose
that
your
again.
charisma.
Okay, good. That's successful.
Okay, awesome,
You see this
amazing.
frail, half-dead old man reach into the rocks, pull out a snake, and just
But
throw
lasso
it.
And start
Throw it.
eating it at goblins.
Which one did you throw it at? The one in front of you?
Yeah, the one right. So I throw it over the top of Horace Humblefoot's head. So he's
The
Nice.
lightning's flying all around. Here comes a snake just
Amazing.
I do
soaring
the
through the air.
I do the same thing he does with his lightning dance. Just throw it.
By the
That's
way,
fantastic.
canon now, Horse believes that every time he calls lightning, snakes fly through the air also. He has no idea where this came from. He's like,
What,
am I a
how much-
god?
how much damage did it do?
It does a d6 of damage. So total of 2 damage, but it does have a poison potency
Yeah.
of 12. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
High
On
poison.
poison.
Seems like high poison.
It does seem like high. You know what? We'll
I
find
wonder if
that
it's
out
like
later.
a con, like a roll against a
Against con, it might be.
Some like an
We'll look
opposed
that up
roll.
momentarily. But for the intents and purposes, you did not take him out with your single snake throw. So he runs off with this snake like draped over him, just biting him. And so they all flee for the time being. You're left with Weatherman, who appears to have expired, or seems close to it, if not.
There's a chance. I think you roll for it, but there's a chance that it might have a d6 of damage per round on its turn until it reaches 0.
Okay. Yeah, he runs off for sure. So
We'll find his body
Which
later.
only
Yeah.
increases the speed with which the poison
so the
circulates through
goblins
the body.
flee. The fight is supposed. Oh, sorry, you don't need to know that part. The goblins flee, and
Can I roll an intuition to ask you what that part was?
it says, sure, it says the fight is supposed to be an introduction to combat. So there you go.
We are
I'll
introduced.
mark my willpower points down then for that one.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
so
I like when the warg in front of me dies in a flash of lightning. I angrily turn and yell back at you. I hate it when you do that. You're trying to kill me.
No,
so you
you were totally fine. I have full control over what
River-
I'm doing.
River is down on the ground at the moment. Is it zero,
Oh, yeah, we
zero
forgot
hit
about him.
points?
Yeah, there's a
is
dead
anybody
duck over here.
is anybody going to check on the mallard who was there?
I'll crawl over there.
I mean, can
And do
you
a first aid on him.
heal them?
So
think-
first aid does work here to sustain life
Yeah.
once HP's at 0.
Wait, what? First aid, Jeff.
Explain the difference.
Hold on. Go ahead.
I've-
What? Explain the difference in what?
Healing and rallying, because both are at 0 HP. I think that's an interesting
So
dynamic.
rallying, you can actually get up and still fight.
At
once
0
you
HP.
At 0 HP.
So I think that's.
So
yeah.
can we rally? Can we?
I
we
mean,
rally the duck
combat is
instead of heal it?
ended now, so I mean, I feel like a heal might be in order.
Yeah. And so first aid, you actually roll healing,
Weird.
and then with rally, you roll a persuasion. It seems.
Whoa,
Yes.
wait.
Sway
So
the
there's
other
this thing called round rest. A
Yes,
quick
it's
rest
for
that lasts-
willpower.
But it's for willpower.
No. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, HP.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Whoa, you can get
But
willpower
yes,
back?
you
That's
can get your
cool.
willpower back. And like I said, in
Indeed.
my mind, it's almost like if you were kind of like taking a moment and taking stock of the battlefield and determining kind of like your next attack. It's almost like you regain that ability to take an action. So yeah.
What's a
okay.
stretch of time?
I successfully first aided the river back to.
Perfect. River, you come back to consciousness here. You weren't really unconscious, but you were, down, and everything was kind of like tunneled a little bit. It was
You
like
did
the,
see a
the
super
echoing.
bright flash of light, though.
You did.
So-
you
so
did
I-
see
I-
that.
River like
As you stared
jumps
into
up
the
to the best of
sky,
his
this
ability.
light kind of just appeared,
You
And
definitely
then a
thought you were
snake.
dying.
and then a snake
then a
flew
snake.
overhead.
Fly through the air.
It's very odd.
River jumps up thinking like nothing has changed, and he's like chasing down the monster. He's just gonna actually knock and put 3 arrows into the body of the monster.
Nice.
But then he's probably gonna
I'm
sit down
still-
because he's still hurting.
I'm still laying exactly where I was when I did the first aid to him.
How long is a
Perfect.
stretch of time?
So I
Did we say?
believe yes. So there's. Hold on. Let me look at the rests.
Just stretch rest, and then there's
A
shift
round rest is a round. A stretch rest is a short rest, and lasts for one stretch of time. It could be 15 minutes or an hour. I mean, they leave it vague on purpose.
But
a
that
shift
is in
rest.
like in the like wherever you can do that.
Yeah.
Wherever.
So like you guys, yes, exactly. So you all could sit down and you could have a stretch rest. During a stretch rest, you heal a D6 of HP. So you, River, can go ahead if you want to, like, as you're kind of sitting here taking stock of yourselves, you could definitely do that.
So we're gonna do a stretch rest. So I'm gonna help River,
Okay, so then it would be 2d6.
but I have to do the healing roll in order to get that to
Yes.
work.
So if you get a
right?
successful healing roll on this during a stretch rest,
Well, I
Anyone-
rolled a dragon. Does that matter on this?
yeah, sure, absolutely. Do
It heals me too.
Ooh.
we'll say if you go
With-
sit down next to him, then you can get a D4 of healing in addition to your normal
Mhm.
D6 of healing. Yeah. So
So what do I get? Because I
You
rolled
get-
a 2.
so
you get 2d6 of healing.
Okay.
and then
And then because I rolled the dragon,
old
I just
We'll
like this
say old
aura of
Gus.
health coming off of me.
yeah, old Gus came and sat down, and he like was healed by proxy.
If you ever played Realm Royale, he just became a healing
Yeah.
turret.
Yes,
Yes,
I did.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you can get Okay, well,
Really, what's happening is I'm singing a beautiful song.
Let us hear it.
Okay, it's like, baby, move that butt, on and on. Let me see
Okay.
that thong. That's all I know. Baby, let your booty go.
okay,
da-da-da.
yes.
Baby,
Amazing.
let your booty go. Da-da-da.
We don't want to
Moving
get a
on.
copyright. I think that's enough.
I don't think there's any threat of that.
That was pretty close to the original.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Like touching hands,
Yep, we're good. We got it.
reaching out.
Okay, so
It's karaoke
you
night.
all, yeah, just
Uh,
singing in the midst of this place
karaoke
here.
morning.
So as you all approach, Weatherman has expired, but you find in the bundle that you have now, Farrell finds a map showing the Misty Vale.
What do you got?
You know how I know we're not playing D&D? Is we didn't all just go immediately and just ravage this guy's body. Just take everything.
I mean, it should be noted. I got my arrows
Quick,
back
what
and
does
the
he have?
arrow out of the other guy.
So you should, I believe, in Owlbear now see the map of the Misty Vale.
Ooh, let's go.
So you receive this map, and then you also find a statuette piece. It looks like a pedestal and the lower legs of what looks to be a small statue, in the bottom part of a sword, kind of. Looks like from a basalt statuette of a humanoid warrior. So like just the base and kind of the feet. It looks like, the sword, like if they were holding the sword, like this, pointed
He
down.
said we had to
so.
find other pieces.
Mhm.
Weird.
And a
Okay,
woman's name as well.
Oh yeah, Lothlorien.
Lioness, Lorian.
Alanis
Leonis.
Morissette.
Yes, so
that
old Gus.
piece-
Yes, old Gus. You see that piece. And indeed, because you noticed this on the map,
Indubitably.
it looks just like the one in the lower left corner. You also now have heard the names Weatherman and Leonara, as well as a cryptic reference to the secret of the Dragon Emperor. So, are you guys doing anything else?
At this point, River's just over looking at this map and stuff with him, trying to figure out what this is.
Okay.
I'm just going to say it. Is there anything on the big gnome's body or the big goblin's body?
On the big goblin's body.
We're going to loot. We're looting.
You find a broken long spear and a scimitar.
Nice.
So
I can't touch the scimitar. Ew. Kick it away.
Yeah, I'll pick up the scimitar. If no
so
one
are
else will.
you if you all are searching around, you do find on Weatherman's body, you find this black symbol of Sathmog, whom you suspect may be some sort of demon, branded on his left forearm. So
We just helped the demon guy?
Yeah, perhaps he wasn't the good guy.
We're the bad guys now.
you don't
Is
know.
this a myths and legends role?
My mother's gonna be so disappointed.
Okay, so essentially, you continue on through the Drakmar Pass, and you finally come to the village that is towards the exit of this pass within the mountains. And so you see before you on the map, yes, the village of Outskirts. Or of Outskirt. Okay? Absolutely.
Woo!
Again, I'm so proud of everyone learning Owlbear.
Bunch of teenagers.
I know.
So, Foundry doesn't let him do that.
So
I'm gonna-
there you
Whoa,
go.
look at these-
There's the town of Outskirt.
Look, there's a road here, and it goes around.
And with that, let's see. Basically, you finish the day getting there. Let's see. The wagon tracks give way to a paved road that cut through the high green fields. Countless smells invade your senses: manure, smoke, and rotting vegetables, but also freshly baked bread and grilled meat. The road leads to a settlement surrounded by a palisade with lots of small houses with smoking chimneys visible beyond its sharpened logs. The village gate is closed and flanked by two low but sturdy towers of stone with crenellations and pointed wooden roofs. Drawing closer, you hear the stern voice of a man barking at you from one of the towers. "Halt, strangers! State your names and business, or turn back to the forest. This is a place of peace and decency."
I throw my
gosh,
dagger at
Hello
him.
there.
So,
We come in peace.
he says, "Very well,
we killed a
but
warg. There's goblins out.
it
We
sounds
have rid your land of monsters. A monster.
We're here for
appreciate it.
for the reward.
I don't know if there was such a reward, but
There should be.
enter and be at peace, and find a place to stay for the night." And so,
That guy was easy.
upon entering the city, we will end tonight's playtest of Dragonbane,
Nice.
as we are at our 3-hour mark. So, so first of all, first impressions. We're not going to go too much longer, but what's your first impression of Dragonbane by Free League?
Super fun. First impression, super fun.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed the system. I will say, I think this is probably going to be a recurring thing. Is it's just different. Like when you've played one system for so long, when you jump into something else, there's definitely a it takes you a long time to learn it. There's a word for that. I've lost it though.
A learning curve.
Yeah, that's the word. Thank you. Yeah, there's
But-
definitely a learning curve, and so there's like a lot of things we obviously had to look up and clarify. But actually, I don't know. I really like the system.
Yeah.
Let me ask you
absolutely.
this. So, was it different just for the sake of being different? Or did it have any like was it different for the right reasons or good reasons, or was it different?
I
just to be different?
really think, because I was talking to some friends about this before, I really think it simplifies a lot of the frustrations that especially new players have with Dungeons and Dragons, because you're adding proficiency bonuses. You roll a d20 and then you're like, okay, now do arithmetic and algebra and figure out if you hit or not, right? This simplifies all of that. It's one roll, super smooth.
I guess the
To me, I
one
like
thing
that part.
the one concern I have about that is if you're scaling this cliff, give me an athletics check or whatever the equivalent is. What if the DM is saying this is a very difficult cliff to scale, right? There's no determining of difficulty, right? Like,
Yeah.
okay, there's a difference in a
Then he can
45-degree
give
angle
you-
and a straight up cliff. Like
He
that's
can
where
give
a
you
DC
a
would come
Bane
in.
on it, I guess. Like,
Okay, yeah, you could make
take
them
the
roll with
Bane.
Bane. That's fair.
or the DM just says it's not possible. You don't.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's part of what happens in D&D is you end up trying to do stupid stuff because you're like, how high could the DM possibly set this number,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
Like, are they gonna set it over 20? So let me just do some stupid stuff, and you just do outlandish stuff,
Right.
This is way more realistic with a lot of that stuff.
And I'll say
especially
the
with it being
chance of
such low
success
value.
on most things it feels lower than when you play D&D. I think comparing it to 5e, I feel like there's more of a chance of failure than there is at 5e. And because anything that you're not skilled in, the highest you're gonna have is a 7.
I mean, but
How hard
think
it is roll
about
under a 7 with a d20?
but think about what a level 1 D&D player has the ability to do. I mean,
Nothing.
typically if you go with a standard array or if you do a simplified roll, you're not going to have a lot at the beginning. You're going to have a +2 to most of your rolls, right? And most low level goblins or whatever are going to have like armor rating, an AC of 12, maybe 14 for something. So essentially, if you're having to roll above that, but you have an ability of +3 or +2 for like a sword attack, I'd say it's probably about the same.
I think it's about the same.
I mean, because if an average roll in a d20 is, 7 to 9, and you add 4, it's going to be probably, a good chance of it being above a 12. But at the same time, a good chance you could miss too at that.
I mean, I was referring more to like outside of combat things, like because Ian had just talked about you do stupid things in D&D because you think you can do them.
Sure.
Whereas in this one, if you're not skilled at it, there's very little. I mean, it's pretty low that you're going to roll it because I mean, things you're not skilled at, the highest you're going to have is a 7, where it's more likely you're going to have between a 5 or like a 4 and a 5 on it.
Yeah.
And so when you're at that, it's yeah. I don't know.
do
It
like the
feels harder.
simplification-
But
I do like
What
the simplification that Ian was explaining of, your role and you
Mhm.
just roll under it or you meet it. Like there's no additional math, no additional anything. I want to do this thing. Let me roll. Great. And then I like the use of banes and boons. I like the use of I can give myself a boon by taking a exhausted, sickly, dazed, angry, scared.
Yes, yeah, I love that.
And I have to
Taking
For
a
sure,
poop on
yeah.
yourself,
Why.
you can boon with
Yeah.
a poop
Yeah.
on yourself.
Yeah,
And
that's
Yeah.
and for ourselves and for the viewers at home,
Mhm.
those conditions, differ. And so like, suffer condition. The most common way to suffer condition is to push your roll. And then if you have multiple conditions, like somebody had 2. Who had 2?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Austin did.
Yeah, if you suffer condition that are, you have to choose another. If you get to all 6 conditions, then you lose. You instead will lose a d6 willpower if you suffer another condition.
Oh wow.
So you could continue to do it
You
basically
just
until you
keep
pass
doing
out.
it, Yeah.
Yeah.
Because once
Now,
you will,
Can
maybe
you
not
do it
pass
more
out,
than
but
once on a turn? You can only do it once per turn, right?
I believe it's once per turn.
The other thing that I enjoyed about this was the combat made me think more, I guess.
Yeah.
I feel like
You're
in
you're
D&D,
very
it's
you're
just
yeah. Of course, we're playing essentially level 1 characters here,
Absolutely.
and so we are very limited on what we could do, and I think that made the encounter a bit more where you had to think like, oh, I only get 1 action.
Yeah.
Am I going to use that as? I like the reaction thing. I really like.
Yeah, I love the way that's set
I
up.
love the reaction. I think that is really really nice. And so that's one thing I was thinking, especially with being a little wimpy character too, is like, do I want to attack? Now I had the monster hunter weakness, so when I seen a monster, I had to attack, and so like he was going to attack, but like otherwise, I'm thinking, do I need to hold this attack so that maybe I can dodge and get out of the way of something? And so I like that ability. I like the being able to hold and have a parry option or dodge. I thought that was really nice.
So,
Yeah.
I like that as well.
The conditions
think-
all just give you a bane for that anything in that ability tree, basically.
so
Yeah, I think
I've played. Oh,
Go ahead, Austin.
Go for it. I was
I was
just gonna say I played.
Go, Austin.
Nailed it.
Go.
So I played a lot of D&D. I've also played a pretty good amount of Pathfinder. So if I were to gauge this one, this feels like a simplified version of D&D. There's still a few things in here that I felt like we had to go back and read rules and double checks and stuff. But the rule book's not big. Like
No.
It's really not.
Yeah.
You can
Right.
quickly kind of find it and learn it and that sort of thing. D&D is
Yeah.
pretty big. Pathfinder, big as well. Pathfinder is a
Yeah.
very robust TTRPG. Like there's tons and tons of options they build through it, which is good and bad. I say that Pathfinder is probably better for more experienced TTRPG players. This is a great simplified version of TTRPG that people can get into and really enjoy.
Yeah, my son
that.
has asked a couple times to like have some friends play D&D, and I would almost be tempted to try to introduce them to this first
Yeah.
before we jumped to 5e proper, if they wanted to. If not, but
Yeah.
like,
I mean,
part of me-
literally,
part of me would
I mean,
think,
you
like,
could
this would be
throw a
good to-
character together in 10 minutes.
Oh, absolutely.
You'd have a party of characters ready in 10 minutes and just go.
Yeah, we're gonna have. Jeff said this earlier. We might do a character creation video, and I think that we probably will for this because it really doesn't take long.
Right? No,
And
not at all.
it's the character creation rules are very simple, and they have roll tables for everything. So you could literally roll a character out with random rolls and be done in 10 minutes or less, easy for sure. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, Solus, what else did you have?
No, I just I was
Well,
probably
I was
going to
gonna
be.
say that I was gonna.
I'm finding you Tuesday night. Earth and Hammer. This is happening.
It's true.
No, I was probably gonna play Devil's Advocate though, and I think what we're saying about this game, I think it will appeal to a different audience, a different age group, a different mindset than those at D&D, and I think that's okay. But if you take everything we're saying about its simplicity, it's being simple, well, that's what you're gonna lose from D&D, the complexity of the Dragonborn and all the races and 17 to 20 plus years of its existence and building of that lore narrative. You're losing it in something that's very simple. If you were to take the Lost Mines of Phandelver, which is the starter or a starter for Dungeons and
Absolutely.
Dragons, that's basically Dragonbane. It simplifies D&D. It gives you a couple of classes to choose from. So the way I see it is this is a good starter. I think it's everything that was just said before this. I think that's accurate. I think it's going to be a good introduction into a tabletop RPG. But if you want that depth, the layers, the lore, the all the fantasy, you're going to
Yeah,
have to
very
go
true.
back to D&D, right?
Mhm.
You want magic? You got to go D&D.
Definitely if you want the
Yeah,
magic for
It's
sure.
that's
true.
fair.
I think to be fair to Dragonbane, because I agree. Like I think there's,
Mhm.
you know, D&D has a rich history, and obviously, especially for
Yeah.
us in, the U.S. and for country, we've got so many
Yeah.
books and settings and different classes, and there's also the most third-party content for D&D
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah,
Followed
we're never gonna
probably
find anything as
no, not as robust.
full as
I
yeah.
would say, if in its defense, just went through this introduction, and this was in the adventure book. This was definitely an introduction to the system encounter for sure. It was to introduce combat and the like. The adventure book does a really good job of setting up things, and you do start to see elements that are more complex of things that are happening. Same with the rules. Obviously we're all learning the rules, but I think
Yeah.
that you can absolutely get not quite to the same level of complexity, because I think at the end of the day, like we said, you're not going to have exponentially amount of health. You're not going to have every in D&D, every class eventually, at levels, 4, 5, 10, everyone has 50 abilities to choose from. Whether
Yeah.
it's an ability or a magic spell or whatever, you kind of have to know exactly what your build is. And I don't think that's ever going to be the case with this, but at the same time, I think that you will get to a point where you have 10 or 12 or 20 abilities as you progress, not necessarily as detailed as like all the magic abilities in D&D or Pathfinder, though, because they're going to be a lot simpler. They're going to be a lot more, I get maybe 2 actions, or I get the ability, special ability to parry, even though, I can parry monsters or something kind of thing. So yeah, I think it's simplified. I think it can be a lot more complex. I think as a system, this is set up to become more complex because this is kind of a relaunch of an old system. I would be curious, because this game was around in the 70s and 80s, what other supplements are out there that they could bring forward to, again, can kind of continue and make this more complex and add to the story and add to rules and classes and stuff like that. So I think there's a lot that may be out there. We probably just don't know about them too, because they're all in Swedish. So, but no, I was very impressed though with how easy it was to run the game as well. So,
Yeah.
awesome. Any final thoughts before we close it out?
You only
I'll have more for our full episode.
I was gonna say, like, you
Yes,
only
yes.
appreciate what you're doing when you try new things,
Absolutely.
right? Like, it's another
Absolutely,
perspective. So I like it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all to the party for joining me and Jeff here in this test of Dragonbane by Free League Publishing. Look for our episode with the official review, as we've had more time to think about it and kind of analyze it, coming out. We will have an official schedule, but our first episode, as of recording, our first episode is dropping tomorrow. So,
Indeed.
yeah. And then the day after that, the second episode, and then it'll be every 2 weeks after that. So, exciting. We're excited. We're thrilled. And again, thanks for going on this adventure with us. We will see you all in the next episode. And Jeff, I don't have my closing quip for this, But since it's the actual
I don't
play,
either.
we're gonna skip it for tonight. So, but what I will say is you can follow us on our socials. It should be at RPG Rundown, and then this is going to go up on the YouTube channel, which is RPG Rundown Actual Plays. So, or Actual Play, yeah, I think it's Actual Plays with an S. So, but we'll have it all linked. We're just getting this set up and started. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, once again, thank you, and have a good night.
Thanks for having us.